is Tim in
We all just beat him down.
Is Tim in order?
Tim is also does not fight, so he is not currently taking part.
Hey, Scott.
And give me something for the
Yeah.
change into.
Hold on. What?
Change it.
Yeah, Tim. Tim will be blue.
Oh, say they can blue.
Oh, your Alan's probably first. I'll get back. Where you guys want to go? There we go.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, no, he was going to be in the middle of
He's
us.
in the middle of us anyway, basically.
And I'm just like.
There we go. That works.
Okay. First up is Rose.
All right.
When Josiah gets.
Yep. Sorry, I'm getting mine against.
You're good.
Alright, paint this bloody just so we're all.
Oh.
So the one who shot the arrow is on the rooftop to the left. So if you'll put him, yeah, right
What
there.
are they?
They appear to be cloaked figures, like black cloaks, with piercing yellow eyes visible underneath, wielding bows and arrows, and the one that you see has a short sword on its side, and you can only see that one.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
The yellow pupils, are there slits or normal pupils?
Slits.
Can I see them?
Incredible.
You
The
can.
yellow eyes.
You can see the yellow eyes. So you are up.
Hiss. Hiss.
Actually, you do see two sets of yellow eyes.
What was the other one?
Right in the corner. As well.
Oh, solid.
Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
Round
What are you doing?
I'm
assuming.
casting mage armor on myself because I can do that now because we leveled up.
Good job.
So I'm doing that.
Nice.
which is action, unfortunately.
Heard that.
I'm sorry.
Just dumb.
Daniel,
Wait,
if you
question mark? Back to question mark.
Well, well, no, let's go.
Hey, DMs.
Yes.
When I have an invocation and it says at will, does it still require that action?
It is an action.
Yeah,
I
well,
just
as opposed to a spell slot.
right.
Daniel.
Just making sure. So I do that,
I'll
and
let you
then
place them. Here.
I'm gonna.
Whenever. As.
I'm gonna.
Huh? Yeah, on their turn. I'll tell you when their turn is. Or Robyn will tell you when their turn is. They all go at once.
I'm gonna move there so that I'm
I'll do it
behind and I can see the eyes
Oh, they get
better.
Well, they only took one.
Oh, geez, that's disadvantage on skill checks. Okay.
That's I'm done.
Okay.
Robyn, you're up.
Are you taking an attack?
She's an
I
action.
cast mage armor.
Oh, okay,
for
okay.
myself.
I'm gonna shoot him.
To
Go
make
for
my
it.
AC
Roll the hit.
better because it's not great.
Oh, sorry. Okay. 15.
15 does hit. You only no damage.
9.
Okay, which one are you shooting at? The pink one? Alright. So, you take a big shot. It is bloody, as the arrow digs very deep into the upper thigh of this creature, and it lets out a from the rooftop. Fair enough. Next up,
That's a good one.
Titus.
Titus.
Oh, me. Okay. So I'm
Okay.
gonna take my big old sword. I'm gonna
Dumb.
take my axe. And for the moment, I don't feel like there's much I can do except swing myself around closer to little Tim and use my shield to block him.
Alrighty.
That's cute.
By all means. They're up. Alright, they get 2 attacks, Daniel.
Okay.
Fuzz, you're next.
Alright, that's fine if I'm alive.
God.
I just see eyes popping up everywhere.
Yeah, you do.
I hate it.
These are your doing attacks. What am I gonna do?
Oh, fair enough. They're just all gonna shoot. They're just gonna unload into the crowd. So, Robyn, you hit that one. So that one and the one next to it are both going to shoot at you. 17
Good
hit.
time. Oh, I'm having a great time.
Does a 13 hit?
No.
Okay. So on the first one, you only take 4 points of piercing. Or no, sorry. Yeah, 4 points of piercing damage. And on the second one, one of those hit as well, and you take another 5. So you take 9 points of piercing damage from the 2 archers who shot at you. They have a range of 150 feet,
Short, longbows, they're all fine.
Yeah, they're all with longbows. So,
They're all in range.
those two in the back are gonna shoot at the real big furbolg. Which one's the one with the horns on the head? They're gonna shoot at you.
I am taller. I am the tallest thing here.
What's your AC?
16.
Okay,
Wow.
2 hits
So nice.
total between the 4 shots. Ooh. 10 points on the first one, and another.
You're just out to kill
What's your
Robyn.
HP?
15.
Another 4 points on the second one.
Aw, she's in trouble.
Are you gonna kill her character again?
Hope not.
Robyn!
Those two are both gonna take their shots. One of them is gonna take their shots at you, the big furbolg,
Yes.
and the other one is gonna take their shots. Is that Rose in the back?
That's me with the staff.
Yep, yep,
behind
yep.
Him.
The other one's gonna take their shots at you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
AC's a 15.
does an 11 hit you?
No.
11? Okay. Does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Oh, you get 3 points of piercing damage.
I'm almost dead.
And
so
Rose, does a 23 hit you?
Aw, mm-hmm.
No, does a 15 hit you?
Just still, even though I bumped up my AC.
You take 10 points total, piercing. As they all just get up on the rooftops and just start unloading.
I feel like this could have been avoided
Okay, is that their turn?
somehow.
Yes, that is their turn.
Shooting this one.
Go for it.
15.
Hits.
5 damage.
You're after me.
Dead.
And I'm just gonna immediately just. Yeah. Go back to your bonus action hide. Is this like.
Yeah, it's an
Does it
alleyway.
open up? Or, okay, it's an alleyway.
Yeah.
Alright, I get back there and self check.
Okay. So check.
12.
Got it. Next up. Oh, actually, we're gonna go ahead and say Baron is gonna do the same thing for now, just because he's not here.
He's hiding.
This is hard.
Okay.
Daniel,
That's not
Rose and I have
confusing at all.
also taken damage. You have the pink.
Are you bloody?
Are you bloodied? Are you at half HP?
Oh no.
Then
no,
you
I
don't
didn't
need
realize. Wait, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize what those are for.
Okay. So
I guess
next,
technically I'm bloody.
me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use
That is something.
Fits
my
perfectly.
It does.
Yeah, well, that was weird.
Channel Divinity Preserve Life, which means I can restore up to 10 HP divided among any creatures within 30 feet, up to creatures, half of creatures, max HP. There are 4 of us that just got hit, right? But
Yes.
you left.
Yep. You did.
That's fine.
This is fine.
I'm close to half HP anyways, so.
I will give.
And I rolled max damage on you. And I rolled max damage on you.
I will give myself 5 and you 3 and you 2.
Hit points.
No, because you haven't gotten hit, right?
And
No,
but
I
back,
have-
back,
She did get
Wait,
hit, she's
there are
just
more-
not bloodied.
The book
I'm just not
has the
bloody.
spells in it.
Tricky.
Thank
I give
you.
you 2 as well.
Because I'm looking for
3,
this.
so
oh, she
not
knows
this.
it. Ask her.
Oh.
2,
Hey,
3,
Elise.
2.
Oh, we can get a minute.
Wait, what?
Okay.
What were you telling
What's
me?
this do?
You got 2 hit points.
To whom?
Or no, I can end it.
I took.
Oh yeah,
I was dealt 3 damage.
Yep.
Oh,
you
okay.
took.
On
You
someone
get 2 back.
as a look.
Oh, incredible. Okay.
Yes, you get 2.
I didn't realize what you were trying to.
I
Yeah,
get the
3 hit points.
concentrate
Yeah.
one, which means if you
You
take
got 3
damage,
hit
there's a
points.
chance.
I got 3 hit points.
as well. So,
Okay, that's your turn.
Okay. I immediately look up. More, and I cast healing word.
Rose,
Yeah, it's
you're
a creature
next.
Oh,
Rose.
Alright.
oh, I thought she said it was. I thought you said it was my turn.
Yes, it is. I'm just telling you that she's
Oh,
next.
oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of initiative in a helpful way.
Yes. I cast healing word, and let me remember
Trying something new.
what exactly the dice I need to roll. was.
Trying something new. I don't want to do anything in combat. I can play on my phone. You guys have
Besides
fun.
Phyllis.
Yeah.
Right?
All I'm doing is doing the attacks. You had the opportunity to place them not all at once.
Where's healing word? D4 plus spellcasting.
Oh, are you really blaming him?
No,
No.
I'm just saying.
Alright, so that's 2 plus my spellcasting
I don't know why,
modifier.
but
That
when you
is
did that, I 100% thought you were just gonna like.
heal 7 damage.
Alright.
Okay, Rose, you're up.
Okay.
What did you use?
I'm
Did you use
gonna
healing word?
Eldritch Blast for the one that hit me.
Did you use healing word?
Yes, I did.
Just kidding. You have an action still then.
What?
Yeah, no,
Sorry. Do you want
I wasn't done. Yeah.
Really?
No, sorry.
You guys can go at the same time as you're ending your turn if you want to.
Yeah. How far? It's hard to tell from this. This is my book just well. How far away is he from me? It's hard to tell from here, especially since I'm not exactly like in a single.
Move you
9 times
that way far enough to be in a tile, and that's the tile you're in.
Okay. It's hard to reach.
Derek's taking a little nap.
There's a think bug on the wall.
Aw, I'm gonna go smack it.
Oh, not only kill it for no reason, but
It's
stink up
really
the room.
That's why I'm killing it.
Well, I guess that's a reason. Not a good one, but it is one.
So the only one on there who's not in orange, 1 through 5,
Yeah, no,
is a
never mind,
yellow
I'm not
4,
gonna do
so you
anything,
guys
'cause I
kill
thought
yellow 4, so my
The other
numbers
one
can
would be alive
nice.
by the time
Go, Rose.
Well, I rolled that one, so.
On what, your Eldritch Blast? Well, yep, you see the eyes and you and it just skips off of a part of a building you didn't see. And you're just like, dang it.
I can't Eldritch Blast. I just
Who's
can't.
next?
That's me. I'm gonna shoot the other one.
Okay, roll to hit it. Take your shot.
Ugh.
15.
15 hits.
That's one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's orange 3.
Orange 3, thank you.
7.
Alrighty. You take a quick knee and you watch as your arrow sinks into its shoulder and it kind of. Who's next?
Titus.
Titus.
Oh, it's me. Okay.
Welcome back.
Gotcha.
Is
You can
there,
also
like-
heal, just a reminder.
Yeah, is there like an easy way to get on to one of the buildings?
Make a perception check real quick.
Ooh. Going places, doing stuff.
Do it. Go places, do things.
So I guess that's 4.
Not one you can see from here.
Okay.
Maybe one of those two alleys over there has a path. Unclear.
Well, at the moment. 1 minute. Who's in the most trouble? who's hurt the worst?
Definitely Fuzzy.
What are you at, Fuzzy?
Where are you at?
33% health.
5. Okay. Do I have to be like next to him?
Yes, it touch me.
Okay. How far can I move?
It doesn't.
Or for healing down here.
Oh, lay on hands. Yeah, yeah.
What are you at? I'm curious. That's not bad.
It helped a lot.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move in the direction of helping Daniel, but I'm gonna take him with
Who's Daniel?
me because he's totally defenseless. So I'm gonna back him out of the alley
Okay.
with me. And I guess I
Tim?
come what, like 1 or 2 away from you? I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
close
could
enough.
also.
You get ready your
You
action.
could ready it so that he can step out and then
I
you just
don't-
be like, oof.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna do that.
You
Unless you're delaying it.
readying your action is saying I'm not going to do it right now, but under these conditions I will do this.
Okay, well if he comes over to me, I'll do it.
Okay.
You're like,
You could also say something.
Come
Yeah.
over here and I'll help you.
All right. They're next.
Yes, done that.
All right.
She's like, I don't want to.
I don't see any reason for them to move.
Nope.
They're just going to unload again.
this way leaves.
All right. I gave you the ability to do that.
Are you serious?
I did, but you better bring him back. There better be a reason why.
Oh, you did just get shot at.
That's a good point.
That makes sense.
He's not bloodied.
No,
He's
it's just
not
a coward.
bloody. All of his friends are still there, though. He doesn't
That
want
we'll start with this dude in the right,
Doesn't change his
shooting
power.
at Titus. Does a 16?
No.
Alrighty. That next dude is gonna shoot at who's the tall hooded one right there?
Me.
All right, 23 and 18.
Both hit.
3 points on the first one, and 5 on the second one. So a total of
You bloody
8
fam.
points of piercing damage.
Definitely not.
As that dude just. Those two in the back
That was half of my current health.
are each going to shoot at one of the two tall furbolgs who are just standing there. Natural 1,
Woo.
natural 2.
I dropped it.
Does he fall out of the roof?
Yeah. That dude falls off the roof, and he takes
Towards it.
2 points of bludgeoning damage. Which one is that one?
Yellow. Can you just break his neck? That will solve your problem.
Nope. And then on the other dude, garbage, unless a 9 hits you.
No.
All right. So they
I
just
gained some AC.
really messed that up, and that dude backed out, and he'll come back.
Colorful
Which one was that?
outside.
Orange 3.
All right, and that's your turn.
Buzz.
Fuzzy Wuzzy
He's
has
on
no
deck.
hair.
I'm going to, from the shadows, shoot that one. Orange.
Okay, go for it.
No.
You don't let me
No.
help you or what, Fuzzy?
I re-hide.
Are you not gonna let him help you?
I'll move forward and then re-hide.
All right.
Okay, so I'll give him 3. Give him 2 in the hole.
Alright.
All right.
No longer bloody, technically. Now I'm aiming for a 21 stealth.
Okay.
Ooh. That's good.
They rolled a 5.
Nice. Let me know if I have a range.
We'll do.
I assume I did one.
You did. 9. Wait.
What?
Yeah, you would have. Yeah, if you were hidden, you would have had advantage.
Then 15.
That hits. Roll damage.
And I get sneak attack because
You were hidden.
So 5 plus 3 is 8 damage.
On which one?
Yellow
5.
Orange 5.
Orange 5.
Orange 5.
How much damage?
8.
8. Thank you. He is technically bloody. All right. Next up.
That's me.
Remind me how spell economy works. Can I cast a cantrip and a spell?
Yes.
If the cantrip is a bonus action, or if the spell is a bonus action of 3rd level or lower.
Okay. How much
Which I don't think you guys have
There's
any.
no spell level limitation.
I'm impressed that you remember that off the top of your
The
head.
only limitation I put on is if they're both actual spells.
Okay, well then we'll do that. Then we'll do that. Then we'll do that.
Okay, so I'm going to.
I know.
Bonus
Brett. the
action,
things I remember
healing word,
are mostly lyrics to songs and D&D rules.
Because. Gotta
T.
keep us alive here. And I don't remember how many.
One of the dude who ran away comes back with his drums, and he's a level 6 bard. Oh,
You get 9 hit points back.
You died.
That is all I need.
he fell off the roof.
That is
he hops up. He's got his bongos. He's like, boom, 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 boom.
6.
Me.
You have an idea? No,
Okay, so I'm like just within 60 feet of this guy, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
Yeah.
Toll the Dead.
What's that?
Told the dead as well.
Toll the dead, man. Toll him.
He needs to make a wisdom save for me.
Thank you.
please.
She's damaging.
Thank you.
An imaginary
Wisdom
bad-
save.
Thank you.
He's calling upon
The guy
his-
just laying
7.
down on the ground.
She's
No.
convincing his soul.
What are you doing?
Oh, he.
Toll the Dead, and he takes 10 points of necrotic damage.
Which one is that?
The one on the ground.
Melodic damage.
He's still up,
Oh.
but barely.
Well, actually, no.
Bong.
Also, just letting you know, these guys aren't gonna run away because these aren't their bodies. Just letting you know that.
It's
That's
not.
casual.
Yeah, no.
Just letting you know.
Okay, it's your turn.
The first thing I want to do is you'll over you.
Gonna run away.
Oh yeah, when that one
keep
died,
on
you
alive.
did see a yellow spirit go
No.
Gotta beat some first.
out of his body.
Of course.
I'm fine. I don't hurt.
Well,
Just like let's capture one. I'm gonna take my movement toward that one over there. It's hard to reach across the table, so someone could help me out here.
This one?
Yes.
Eat it.
And he is taking some damage, correct?
which one?
That is.
Yes.
He's taking some damage already.
Yes.
2.
All right. Yeah. Told it
Wait,
on him.
no, sorry. O2,
no.
Orange 2.
2 has not.
No, Orange 2 has
Two's
not
the one
taken
that
damage.
I should have cast Eldritch Blast more than that.
Eat him.
Sorry, I thought you
It's okay.
attacked that one instead of that one over
No,
there.
never mind. I'm not doing that. I'm going to throw my spear at him.
Okay,
Guys, we're too
heave your spear and you're like,
we didn't talk about this. We made the same character.
go
The
ahead.
spear as well.
I have 2.
Oh
Incredible.
my goodness.
They made the same
You
character.
Made the same character. Y'all need to just stop.
I think this is fun.
Great minds think alike. That is a 20, not natural.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Light crossbow?
Yep.
Range of 8.
8 damage.
8 damage on O2.
Yes.
All right, he's bloodied.
Okay, Rose, you're up.
Yep.
Then
I'm gonna attempt to do Eldritch Blast. Eldritch
Do your best.
That's all I want. I just want to do
On the
Eldritch
ice step
Blast.
test.
Successfully once. That's not successful, I
That was
don't think.
painful to watch.
13.
13 hits.
Can you
It
roll
does.
something
That's
else?
that is their armor class.
Can I request that you roll something else?
Okay, but my other one was worse.
Did you hear him? What? 13.
Aw, that's depressing. 1.
On which one? O3?
Just 2.
O2?
Yeah.
He's still bloodied.
Yep.
You can say you bloodied him. You see one of the eyes close in pain and then reopen, and you're like, yes, I did something. What you don't know is that you hit it very gently on the arm and it lost its balance and it was like, ugh. But you think you did something. Next.
It's fine.
The battle's
Titus, I can
music's
see
far
up
too
there.
dramatic.
Now that I've moved, can I see a way onto the
Hold on.
roof?
She's still
Make
doing
a
her
well.
turn.
Wait till
You're
your turn.
just
Wait till your
next.
turn.
Oh, I thought they said it was my turn.
Sorry. I'm trying to alert people ahead of time so they can think.
Oh.
Okay, roll to shoot.
Sorry.
Both of those were bad.
17.
That hits.
Well, that was much better.
Go on.
Okay, we might change.
Which one are you shooting?
I should.
The same one they were just shooting.
Okay.
Oh, 2.
4.
4 does not kill him, but it does 4 points of damage. That makes me feel better.
If it doesn't kill them all,
As
it's damage.
you roll.
That's not true.
Not true. You could have killed him.
Yeah, it
So
is
you
actually.
turn after dropping the other one on the other rooftop, and you take a shot at this one, and you watch as the arrow sinks deep into its shoulder, and it kind of spins, and it. Moving on. Just you and me making noises at each other.
Now that I've moved, can I see it?
Roll a perception check.
Okay, that's 19 plus 0 is 19.
Back into the alleyway behind you. You see a couple boxes stacked up that it looks like you could come up and go onto the rooftop on your right.
Okay. I'm gonna just push him around the corner.
There's no corner. It's straight back alley.
Okay, well, I'm gonna push him back and
The corner is there is a little indent. There is a little indent
Oh, you're with me.
on this side of that. So you, Daniel,
on this side where I'm
past. Hold on, Daniel. Do you know what I'm talking about? Thank you. They're right there. Perfect. That's a little indent with
Okay.
boxes that you look like you could probably get to the roof from there.
Okay, can I just climb up there?
Roll an athletics check
Okay.
with disadvantage because you're in. Well, you're in chain, right? So never mind.
No longer have that speed.
15.
Yeah. So you get up onto the roof. That takes your movement for the turn.
Okay.
So you are now on up that side.
Like here.
Yep. So you can see across the roof. So all of that is rooftop. You can see across the roof all 3 of them.
What's the roof type?
Uh,
The material.
It's a roof.
Yeah.
Something that I'm not going to fall through.
it's a tin roof
Okay.
because
Is it flat?
it's rigid. Because you're in the southern basin near the gutter hope and they're poor. All right. So you have your action.
Okay.
With the movement he took, I think you'd have to use that to.
Okay. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Then you're out of your turn. But they see you up there and they're like. Next up.
Next up is them.
Them? All right.
Like, why are you pointing at me?
I don't know. I don't know.
This one's bad.
Will you move that one back in to the fight? No. On the ground.
Come at me. Let's go.
He moving anywhere?
He saw his friend fall off and was like, screw roofs.
And he's gonna run over to his friend who fell,
Confusing.
No!
There's somebody that's there to fight.
and he's gonna dump a healing potion in his friend's mouth.
No!
Yeah, he is.
Cause they like each other. They love each other. They're in love.
Oh, are they kissing?
They're
Are they
kissing.
boyfriends?
Which one is that fell?
Go D&D stream.
Yellow too.
So yellow, whatever.
Yellow for it.
There's only one yellow. It's just gonna be that
There's
confusing.
literally only one.
He's no longer bloodied. And he gets up.
So what just happened right there?
He healed his friend.
Okay.
And
thank
then
you.
he shoots the tall one with the horns. You're with the horns, right? Yep. Ooh. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Does a 21 hit?
No, I guess.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Does the 3 points of damage kill you?
No.
It's the lowest damage he could possibly do.
Good.
Oh, glad you know that.
And then all 3 on the rooftop. Actually, that's a little too far for that dude. Wait, no, they have a range of 150. Never mind. Yeah, all 3 on the rooftop are all shooting at you. They don't like that you're up there. Natural 20 on the first one. 21 hit you.
Yes.
Does
You can die on this roof.
a 16 hit you?
No.
Another natural 20.
The last guy might. Josiah, the last guy does the disadvantage. He's out of close range.
Is that not 150?
No,
Okay.
100.
Okay. Well then
This is 80.
that gets rid of the natural 20.
Unless he
And
rolls
he
another.
misses. No, he misses. Okay,
Say-
so
say last-
one natural
say nat
20,
20
so
to
2
kill
hits.
someone.
2 hits.
You rolled max. Did you just roll max?
I rolled men.
Oh yeah!
You take 4 points of damage from the natural 20.
I swear I do less damage on crits than regular.
Yeah, so you did 4. You took 4 points of damage on the natural 20. You take 7 points of damage on the regular shots,
Alright.
and that is their turn. Oh, and that one is gonna back the frick up away from you and go to the rooftop over there. Someone move the closest one to Titus. He's running away. He's trying to keep distance.
Coward.
Yes.
Coward.
He says yes. That's their turn.
Okay,
Alright,
fine.
advantage attack. Again, the same one.
Go for it.
Keep tapping chat down. 10.
10 does not hit.
Rehiding.
All right.
Okay.
Are you
16.
within 60 feet of me?
16.
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Not to them, because I rolled a 19
Have a plan.
plus 5.
Well,
Count that.
Next.
yeah, I'm working on it. Hold on a second, we're counting.
Sorry, I have a plan, and I'm asking people to do my work for me.
I think I'm just out. And I'm gonna
fine,
move here a second. So, okay, so I'm gonna toll the dead on the dude who I hurt before again.
Okay.
So he needs another wisdom save, please.
Natural 20.
Okay, then I'm gonna get him on that side. Back me up into
I'm always high rolling.
that alley right there. 6, yeah, that's just fine there. So I'm just gonna duck around the corner. So
Is that within 60 feet of me?
hopefully,
So you're in cover from those two.
yeah.
And you're in partial cover from the one on the corner.
I don't think so. I think I'm still too far out. Yep, that's my turn.
That's alright. You're defending yourself, so. Alright. I can see that he is running. This one is running away from me. So
Really bad.
I'll go ahead and go behind. Are you the person with the sword? Or is that?
Yeah, I'm on top of the roof.
I'm gonna go behind Arvine. Kind of duck behind her. I'm like, okay, I know I'm running, but you're running too, so toll the dead!
Okay.
Cast Toll the Dead on
On
him.
which one?
I
Walk
can't.
running away.
Oh, 2.
Gotcha. Wisdom save?
Yes.
12.
Incredible, I think. No, yeah, that fails.
If he's taken, it should be 12.
Yeah. It's
So what is Toll the Dead is like 1d12 or?
It's a 1d12 because he's taking
Yeah.
damage.
No, I remember. I love that freaking cantrip.
That's 10 necrotic damage.
On which one?
2.
Yeah.
So
So
much
you
better than me.
you yell that and you hear a thong.
Wait.
Dong.
Do I see
Dong. You
A black
you
spirit who's out of the
you do see
body?
that, but before you see that, the creature covers its ears and goes, and then drops off the rooftop forward. Actually, sorry.
Forward?
Yes,
Is my
and
spear
just
still in him? Because
uh.
I threw my spear at him.
No, he would have probably reached it out.
I forget. Do
Um,
they see a black spirit or did
No,
I see
just
a
you.
black spirit?
It just slaps onto the thing, and you notice its body doesn't look like a normal body when it hit. Normally, you're used to a body hitting and maintaining its shape. Its body hit and like looks like it deflated as it just kind of went.
Yes.
Alright.
That is your turn.
Almost. Oh, because I've actually run in distance. Shield of Faith. On you. That's a +2 bonus to your.
Is she in
class.
range?
I'm pretty sure that's within 60 feet, right?
It is 60
Okay.
feet.
Maybe.
It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty
very
sure.
hard to tell.
Just.
Yep. Shield of Faith. +2 AC. And I'm gonna call out to you. Get my spear while you're up there.
Okay.
You see his spear lying on the deck of the roof, not bloody. It looks clean, normal.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Rose.
Alright. yeah,
What is up?
Rose is up.
Rose.
I'm
I
gonna
need
try
a
on the
mark
blast
spell slots.
again. On that one in the middle of the room. No!
Wizard.
Go crazy.
I just can't do things.
All right.
Now I'm gonna. I see eyes that are lower, right? I can see the ones over here. I can see the eyes that are lower.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna walk towards them because I'm done.
So you watch as the blind girl just breaks into a sprint towards two of them.
Rose!
Rose.
Careful!
Who's
Who
next?
They are.
I'm a fast walk.
She's power walking. She's spirit walking.
How about it?
We are women. We are proud. Who's up?
We are blind. We are blind.
We are blind.
Me.
I'm on.
I make fun of that every chance I get.
That is.
Yeah. No, I don't even have to add it.
Definitely it.
See, Robyn, I rolled
On
the
which
other
one?
die. It still did
That one? Which one is that? Sorry.
Do I need to
5.
do a different die?
Okay.
I don't know. Should we just trade?
Mine aren't doing so high.
Your
Yeah, so
arrow
maybe we should just trade.
kind of skims across it, and like it's like
so much
the, all
risk.
its arm kind of like hangs limp for a second, and you watch its arm kind of grotesquely like,
11.
and it gets back up.
13.
It's doing better for you than it did for me.
No, see, but when I
Who's
roll
next?
these, they do like 17.
Up next is Titus.
Okay, so I see that Rose is breaking into a sprint toward them, and I see that the guy that was on the roof with me has.
You can jump over into the other roof as well.
Okay, is that easy?
Fast jump.
You could do it, theoretically.
You're gonna have to roll for it.
You can
If
try.
I fall off, my question is, if I fall off the roof, will I die?
I mean, you're only maybe 10 feet up.
Okay,
That's all.
So,
Probably not.
not
Okay.
It's like a
So that's
1d6
1d6 damage if you fall.
So no, that cannot
No,
kill you.
you'll be fine.
okay. Well then, in that
Instead, you're only
case,
gonna be in a bad position.
You're gonna pick up his.
And if you're prone, they have
I'm
disadvantage
going
on ranged
to-
attacks.
I'm just gonna start running toward him on the roof.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna start running toward him on the roof, and in the process,
Everyone always forgets
I'll
that.
just toss his little spear back down.
Okay, so you begin sprinting, and as you run by, you kick its spear, and it's down off. It rides like it slides through the like grate, so it's like shh, and it falls off the roof. So move your. You can move 30 feet.
It's not.
You can move 30 feet. If you're just running, if you're sprinting, you can move 60 feet, but then you can't attack.
Okay, well I'm gonna sprint because there's nothing to attack.
Okay, so 60 feet is every 12 squares. Every square is 5 feet. I'll let you count. Who's next?
Well, these aren't really squares.
Yeah.
Hex.
Oh, I'm
I'm
next.
just spitballing it forward.
Oh, you don't have to run around. You can run
Like that's-
across. That's all
that's
rooftop. Yeah.
Actual roll.
Oh, okay.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50.
Oh.
You get to the edge of the roof. You can't make the jump yet, but
Okay,
you
to
can make
the
the jump
edge.
next turn.
We're
Okay.
good.
So you run up to the edge, and that kind of the creature in front of you looks at you, and you see its like grotesque yellow slitted eyes as it's like takes 2 shots at you. And it's panicked at both the shots. And it is going to toss its bow aside, draw its sword, and get ready for a fight. The one over there is gonna unload on you because it doesn't like that you keep hitting its friends. 14. Ooh. The one on the corner. 14 and natural 1, but it does not. Nothing bad happens because I rolled a d4. So it does not hit you. Those two on the ground see you start running towards them, and they kind of look at each other in bewilderment. They're like, they spread out just a little bit, like about that, and then they're both going to just unload at Rose.
Rose.
What's your AC?
15 right now.
2 hits.
Yay. Okay. Add 2 off.
How many hit points do you have?
Right now,
Yeah,
I'm at 12.
12 points of piercing damage. Not even joking. As they each hit once. So 4 shots, 4 arrows, 2 hit, and you just drop to the middle of the street.
Uh-huh.
That's what happens when you break formation.
Uh-huh.
And as you fall, all 4 of them go. That's their turn.
I'm gonna hide before I pop out.
Actually, no, sorry. Before that, those 2 are going to break into a sprint towards Rose.
Yep. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
That's about right, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna hide before I come out and roll sneaky.
That's cocked.
18.
No, they rolled higher. Or do I roll again?
I don't know. You can roll again if you want to.
They rolled even higher this time.
Alright, then I'm just gonna.
It's a 24.
I'll shoot one of those, even though it's disadvantage, because it's not long range. I'll shoot orange 3.
Okay.
Hits over 17.
Okay.
7 damage.
7 damage on orange 3. It is looking awful. But it's still up.
Okay.
Alright, who's next?
It's me.
Is you?
go protect Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, so I am going to come.
I'm sorry, I can't reach it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. I'm gonna reach behind me and catch Spare the Dying on you so you are stable.
Okay.
And out comes my quarterstaff. And we're getting ready to fight the things coming. Is that actually what I want?
So then on my turn,
Yes.
I don't do anything.
I want
Yeah, you are still unconscious, but you're not.
my quarterstaff.
You were stable.
That's my turn.
No, that's really disheartening. I'll leave it for now. The last melon. I knew you were gonna freaking do that.
That's you.
All right. Yes. So, sorry. What did you do?
I guess Spare the Dying.
Ah, that's what I was going to do. I'm also going to roll.
I'm glad you do this too.
I also can't reach. Sorry.
How far?
Right next to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She rolled.
As you go by,
My unconscious violence.
You can get that right here.
All right. Yeah. And standing next to you, I'm going to pull out my shield
Just electrical as well.
and
Sure.
and wait.
Why not?
I love this. I'm just
All right.
unconscious on the floor. You know, just like,
Who's next?
I'm next.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
I'm gonna shoot at 5.
But do they have big cover?
Go for it.
It's not hit.
Okay. So you, and he turned at that exact moment to draw his sword and just narrowly dodged your arrow. And he's like,
Find us, Stuart.
Okay,
Derek is slumped.
I need to jump the roof.
roll an athletics check as you mid sprint because there's no pause between
Yeah.
turns ending. So you're still sprinting as you make it to the
Okay,
roof.
well,
Oh, yeah.
19,
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Easily.
You just easily vroom,
Gracefully leaps.
Okay.
sailing
now-
over the
now
10-foot
I'm
gap.
over here,
and you can finish running up to it.
I'm gonna finish running up to it, and I'm gonna draw my great sword, and I'm gonna just take a whack.
Take
at
a whack at it. So it's got its little short sword drawn as it sees you coming, and it looks real small as you get closer. You put your shield on your back, whip out your great sword, and just mid drawing it, just go for the swing.
Bet.
Do you count crits on a 1 or a 4
I
on
do
this?
4.
Okay, then you're fine. What's gonna make him fall off the roof?
It was cool
I
until
still
that
kind of
point.
want him to fall off the roof.
I'm not gonna make him fall off the roof.
It was cool until that point.
And you vroom, and just narrowly miss. Who's next?
Next up
It's
is
him.
him.
Them.
Like, I'm like-
He's gonna whack whack. Stab at you twice. No. Ooh, that hits. Unnatural 20. You take 8 points of slashing damage.
Did that hurt?
As one of it swings once, and you kind of dance out of the way, and you like skid it on the edge of your sword, and it whips back around, and it digs its blade into your side.
Let's see.
Okay, those two who were running towards Rose, see you two stand up.
Oh, I'm down, Josiah.
I'm pretty sure.
I think. What's?
Because you took 7 and 4 the first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's 11 and minus 8, and you're down, dude.
didn't freaking notice those little.
Wait, he got healed at one point though.
Oh yeah, I did. That's true.
Have you not been keeping track of your hit points?
Did he? No?
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
No,
No.
I healed.
No.
And you didn't include him in your healing?
At the time,
No,
he hadn't
he
been
was
hit
not.
yet.
He hadn't been hit at the time.
Oh,
He
okay.
I
is
did the
down.
4 who had been hit.
Okay.
Has- Wait, have you been hit yet? When
Yeah.
did you get hit?
Last time he was hit.
Last time you hit
Yeah.
twice. When I first got on the roof.
The natural 20.
That's right. Did you not count that?
No, I didn't count it.
He's just writing minus this. He's not
Oh,
actually-
okay.
he's
So
right
all I
now
saw
what
was
you're
a giant
at.
18.
Yeah, so you are unconscious.
Be right
Okay.
there.
Okay, and as you run up there, its sword whack, quickly darts into your side, and you lose consciousness as you
Someone's your
drop to the rooftop.
I'm
And-
stable.
He's gonna use his movement to just roll you off the roof with his foot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that a failed saving throw?
That's a failed saving throw.
Mm.
The other three,
Close is he.
hey, at least he's down now, so you can reach.
the one who's
Well,
on
that's not
my
exactly where
left,
you're
the
going.
furthest that way, unloads into you.
Uh-huh.
What's your AC?
Yeah,
Okay.
16.
One of those was a 16, the other one was too low. So you take 5 points. No, sorry. That's not how math works. Yes, no, that is how math works. You take 5 points of piercing damage. Are you down? You still up? Then the other one's gonna also unload into you.
Both hurt? Okay.
Oh wait.
One of those hits.
Sorry, my AC says 18 right now because he can't Shield of Faith. I'm sorry.
Oh well, then that didn't hit you.
I'm
However,
sorry.
this one absolutely hit you because it was a 23.
Yeah.
And that is 5. So
Okay.
you do take the 5.
That's totally fine.
And that third one is gonna unload onto you.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, like, come on, hit me a little bit.
That natural 17, so 21, and then a natural 20. Did you still want me to hit you?
Sure.
All right. That's
Take some off her.
7 points on the first one,
All right.
and 12 on the second one.
Oh, immediately down.
Noted.
Yep.
And then those two are continuing their run towards
me.
Rose.
Yep.
I just took out my shield as well. That's not a good time.
Shoot. Okay.
Yeah,
Rosie,
And that's
buy me time.
their turn.
I'm gonna freaking try. Bonus dashing the frick out here, I guess.
I was going to healing word, guess not anymore.
Thought you guys had this under control.
I did too.
I'll shoot
Roll a natural
orange
20.
3
Okay.
with my bow.
With your bow.
15.
That hits.
My bow.
He's dead.
Nice.
2 hit points.
Incredible.
Which one is that?
The bloodied one.
So you
There's two
run
of
up
them.
and poof, and your arrow just right between the eyes as the creature
All right.
slumps back. Who's up?
Nothing is
That's
fine.
me. And.
Titus is also bleeding out.
Stabilize one of them.
Huh? But, oh yeah, I know, right?
Please
Well,
stabilize one of them.
I don't want you to die. I didn't plan on anyone dying. Theoretically, this isn't a hard encounter.
Yeah, you're just rolling super well.
You just
They're
managed to
CR
roll
of
high
one
every
half.
single time.
Their CR of 1/2.
Okay, I'm gonna
Which is
cast
bad.
Well,
Theoretically,
you've also just been rolling.
that is true. I just roll
Healing
high.
Word on. Actually, no, I'm gonna turn on and cast Cure Wounds on you.
You might?
I can touch
No.
you. What?
Healing word is specifically one person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, never
They're
mind.
both one person,
Yeah.
otherwise.
No, it's fine.
Yep. That's what we're doing.
So you're back up, but you were still prone.
Yes.
How many hit points?
So I'm working on it to make sure I know the way down.
Any is enough.
5.
That's enough.
6
That's enough.
hit points.
6 hit points. You are back up, which is good.
This is a roller coaster of feelings. Thank you. How many? 6.
6 hit points.
6.
And now
And
it's his
I.
turn, right? After you.
He is after her.
Can I be still back up, please?
Oh, you're still
You're
unconscious.
still prone.
Or you're still
Oh,
prone.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which is good to note because I have disadvantage on ranged attacks against you. That's why they aren't just shooting at Rose while she's down.
How's Sarah here?
No, I know.
What'd you say?
Nope, just kidding. I'm moving. Sorry. I'm coming 6 this way. Keep her safe. That was a runoff.
Doing my best.
Okay.
Then it's my turn.
Yes.
Applicable to both.
Alright, lay phones on
I love Fuzzy.
He was back.
I love Fuzzy.
And throw a healing word over at Titus.
Okay.
Chain healing word.
How are you staying prone?
You're not. One,
Okay.
two, three, four,
Then
five, six, seven.
we'll just
Well, like,
Oh no, you are. Just
knock him
kidding.
down. Healing word. So how many points does Titus get?
Then I shouldn't have moved.
1d.
So Brett, you are no longer
I'm
unconscious.
sorry, this is my plan all along.
I want you to defend her.
That's 5 points.
Okay, so you have 5 hit points.
It's fine.
You're
Do I
up now.
stand back up?
Well,
You are still
prone.
prone. You
You're
just
prone.
you.
You use half your movement next
He
turn.
stabbed you in the side, and you blacked out briefly. You your eyes closed. Brett, you blacked out, like your world would descend into darkness, and then suddenly you, and you're lying on your back. Your greatsword is kind of pinned underneath your arm, and you are looking up at the building, and the dude is up there going. So,
I'm just gonna lay down here for a second.
okay.
And then it's me, but I still can't do anything.
So next up,
Oh, it's me.
Yep. Because that was my turn.
I'll leave Fuzzy to the other ones. I'm gonna keep shooting. At this one.
okay.
It's
Got him.
3 points damage.
How many?
3.
Okay. On which one?
That one.
Which one is that? 5. Ooh, 1 hit point left. The body is very clearly sagging around the skeleton. The creature is kind of limping very heavily. Still alive, but definitely running off of its own willpower. You can tell at this point these creatures don't necessarily feel pain. Maybe not in the same way we do, because it's very much still active. Next up.
I am.
Okay, what can I do right now? So I pick myself back up?
Yeah, you get back up. That's half your movement.
Okay.
So I mean, you can throw your hatchet.
I could throw my hatchet.
Heal yourself.
You can heal yourself.
Heal yourself. Heal yourself.
Okay, I'll heal myself.
Your other 2 hit points?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get 2 more hit points.
But I'll also... Can I also...
Yeah, he used 3, so he has 2 more.
Take out my
Oh, yes.
level 2.
You're right, he is level 2. You have 7 hit points left.
Oh, okay, cool.
We didn't update that.
Okay.
So you can heal yourself 7 hit points if you want.
Add 7 to what?
Yeah, you need to write that down, Brett.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Keep track. You.
So you heal yourself and you pull your shield back out, and you put your great sword back up.
Yeah, hold on.
That's totally fine. Okay, next up.
Is them.
Their turn? Okay. Orange 1 in the back breaks and runs. And as it does, it's going and it takes off.
Away.
I thought you said they not gonna. Oh, okay, whatever.
They don't fear for their own lives.
Yeah.
The one who's closest, yellow 9, is gonna just say screw it and take its shots at Rose. With disadvantage.
You okay?
What's your AC?
15.
Okay, that one missed. Natural 20 and a 4.
Is that like 5
So what
times?
Yes.
Which
That's
means-
disadvantage. Disadvantage. So it misses.
So
Oh, okay.
Disadvantage. So it rolled an 8 actually. So doesn't hit. As it just shooting at you very visibly. Everyone sees that it's shooting at the injured, bleeding out blind girl on the floor.
She's not moving out.
You know,
Typically,
metaphorically.
I suppose.
Stabilized,
Metaphorically.
Like I'm still kind of...
And then the one on the rooftop is going to unload onto Titus. Okay, no. 14 was the highest, so
Okay, so...
you're fine. And that is their turn.
I'm gonna shoot. And I'll go and poke him. Come on.
You run up to him and you're just like, yeah.
I got
He's
10
like,
foot reach, so.
Noted. Natural 20.
Non-lethal, non-lethal,
He's
non-lethal,
poking the frick out of him.
I did. I poked. I absolutely pooped. 10 was 13 damage.
13, he's gone. You whip out your rapier and you sprint up to him and you duck as it kind of like takes a panic shot at you for flare. You duck and you actually swat the arrow out of the air with your bow and then, or sorry, with your sword, and then you just swap into his throat in a big old parry thing and it goes. That's your turn.
I'm like, I stole the dead on the dude on the roof.
Wisdom
save.
Oh, 17.
Okay,
Their first successful wisdom save.
it's true.
Next up.
I'll move back towards.
Is
Nope.
the one that he just killed dead or dying?
Dead. Well, I mean, technically dying. Well, no,
No,
dead. These
dead.
things are just dead.
Okay.
And the one on the roof has 1 hit point.
Fortunate.
If I
These
were there, I'd
things-
see things,
Yep.
but I'm not.
These things are dying. They are neither.
They're dead.
just dead.
They're just dead.
Yes.
The question is, though, are they really dead? Like, are they dead? That's the question.
You don't know.
Okay.
Everyone's dead.
Um,
You will, I swear.
Eyes of the Grave.
Huh?
Eyes of the Grave. I can see undead, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if they're undead.
They are not undead.
They're not
Okay.
undead.
Well, I'm just gonna stand up then because
Okay.
I have not much else to do. If yes, thank you. There's really not much else I can do.
Okay, next
I
up.
figured that'd be helpful.
Eat. So
Next up.
fine.
Gosh dang it.
I don't have anything
I'll
ranged.
just shoot at the same one again.
Kill him.
Now with that shot, I won't.
What was it? Plus.
Plus 3.
Bless
Okay.
you.
They have an AC of 13, so I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's not
I
that
knew what
high.
the AC
They're
was.
hittable. Next up.
Next up is Titus.
Okay. What the heck? I'll throw my hatchet at him.
All right, so you
Somebody kill him, please.
roll to hit him.
Nat 20.
You and the creature drawing an arrow from its bow, your hatchet cuts clean through the bow, through the string, one quick spin, and right into between its eyes. It staggers for a moment, kind of. You see its eyes black over, and the body slumps forward off the roof and splatters onto the streets. And there are no more enemies present.
No. There are 5 bodies on the ground.
There are quite a few bodies. So, what do you guys do?
Those are my books.
I'll go retrieve my hatchet from his forehead.
All right in front of you. You just put a stamp a boot on its chest, rinse your hatchet out, wipe it off on its cloak, pocket your hatchet again.
I'm going to try and bring Rose back to consciousness.
How so? Just
Well,
with a
I
medicine
can-
check?
Yeah.
Okay,
I have an herbalism kit. I can try some things.
go for it. Do a medicine check. I was more interested if you were using a spell or doing a medicine check.
I am spent.
Practically. Time for the second combat encounter
That
of the
is
day.
a 7.
That is a 7. Okay. No.
And I was
Can
gonna
I
say, that's
try
right.
the thing too? Because I also.
Sure.
You also have an herbalism kit?
Look.
You just have the same thing.
They're trying to wake Rose
I
back up.
rolled the same thing too.
Rose, try to help her.
It's so
I don't know what I can do.
You can borrow one of their. Wait, are you proficient with the herbalism kit?
Can
Are you? How about medicine?
Are you proficient in it?
Yes, I do have medicine.
Then yeah, you can roll a medicine check.
Okay.
I'll just trying all different forms of CPR. Just like,
So
what do we
yeah,
do?
you watched him kind of pushing on her chest, even though she's still
How do you revive a dead person?
she's lying on the ground, breathing unconscious. He runs over, starts pumping her chest.
Oh my God.
The other furbolg's like, no, that's wrong, and starts breathing into her mouth. And you're like, you're both stupid. You grab her by the shirt, and you just,
And I'm still
and she's still unconscious.
unconscious.
You're like, oh, that didn't
How
work.
do you revive a dead, blind person? I keep on meaning to say.
By yelling at them because I'm not deaf.
You're blind. You're unconscious.
We gotta get to safety.
Alright.
I'm
Tim-
just gonna be scanning the
Tim
rooms.
kind of scampers
I'll
out
pick
into
her
the
up.
courtyard, and he's like, we gotta move. We should move.
I'm just pick her up.
Okay.
Pick her up. All right, you
Pick her
toss
up
her onto your back.
and
I would like to
walk out.
try and pick up
Cradling.
one. Real quick, is there anybody looking at us?
Make a
I'm
perception
also-
check.
I'm also-
Make a perception
Any
check.
people watching us?
Perception check.
Can I make a perception?
No.
Ah, I'm rolling so horribly.
There are 8 people watching you. No, he rolled an 8. So, oh wait, 18?
I rolled
Oh,
a 6.
No, there's no one in the courtyard. The area is empty.
I rolled a 6. I
That
assume I
doesn't
don't
matter.
see anybody. Yeah.
She notices that there's no one there.
Excellent. Moving on.
Alright, lead the way, Tim.
Real quick, does anybody see anybody else? I'm asking the group. Do we see anybody else?
No.
Okay, I grab one of the bodies, take it with us. Because I'm going to try and figure out what these people are.
Okay, so Tim is like, let's go, and takes you.
What was that?
I said I could tell you.
Barbara
if I'm
sounds like, yeah, I'm here. What
Sure, I'm sure.
Byron
They're
draws
not
his
moving
rapier and steps
correctly.
out, and he's like, "Have at ye!" And he starts poking one of the bodies.
They're already dead. Come on.
So you guys continue on your way forward into the alleyway with one of the dead bodies and an unconscious Rose. And as you guys are
Yeet.
running through the alley, Tim is like, "Do we need to stop? Should we stop? Should we stop?"
Let's get some.
I would like to at least study this at some point, but we definitely should carry this thing I have them over my arm into a public space. I want to figure out what this thing
Somewhere
is.
you think we're somewhere a little safe and out of the way.
Okay. I need to find a dice that is the correct color palette for Tim. There we go.
Color palettes. We love
Palettes.
them.
Natural 1.
Ah.
You guys run, and then Tim is just like, "Here works," and you're just in a dirty alleyway.
Thanks, Tim.
This will work. I throw the body over and take off the hood.
Okay, you take off the hood, and it appears to be a body
A dead
of
body.
a human.
A human.
The eyes aren't there. Just flat out.
As in, is there a bloody gaping
No,
hole?
there just
No,
aren't eyes.
They're just not there.
I'll try to take the Rose again.
Medicine check.
If we take a rest, I can bring her back.
No.
Worse.
Worse
I
than
know.
that.
I'm gonna start patting down the body, looking for anything symbolizing like what this person could be, where they're from, why they're after us. I know you know, but this.
Where did it go? Oh no. Did I lose it?
Also smack his face a little bit out of anger. Just like, I'm pissed off. Sorry.
He's dead. She can't hurt us
I was perfectly
I don't
healthy
see
1
it.
second,
I know.
then the other, back
Yeah, under
again.
any
I'm not growling at you.
Sorry, I'm.
No, I know.
He's right here.
Hang on.
I am
Y'all
just, I
people.
thank you for your aid during the battle. I'm very.
Yeah, this stream.
I'm not in
Well, I
very
distract
many
people,
different
but I'm
places.
unconscious.
I'm beating Josiah by 5 points at our shoot game, where we shoot each other.
That's
That's good to
definitely not
know.
how you phrased it to me earlier.
Well, it's my good Christian D&D.
Yes.
Oh, also, I just realized that that enemy that I killed the dead on was the first person I had killed this entire campaign.
Very nice.
And either character.
I had a physical thing to give you guys, and I don't know where it went.
Is it the thing you showed me?
Unprepared.
No, that's not. Is
It's
it?
a necklace.
Oh, okay, it's the thing you showed me. That's unfortunate.
Why don't we just have
I had it in my pocket, which makes me think it fell out of my pocket,
You wanna go check my van?
possibly in your van. Can I go check your van?
Yes.
We can take a break now.
Yeah. Okay. Then we're gonna take our break here.
Can we say that we're taking a short rest? Let's not.
Yes, we'll take a short rest.
Okay.
Taking our break. Derek.
You can roll.
Thanks,
it.
buddy.
on a break.
We were on a break. All right, we'll be back here in just a few minutes because it's already night.
So, real quick, I would like to ask someone.
All right. Cool. Are we live?
Take ownership for your problems.
Alright, I'm gonna explain what's going on real quick. Daniel and I have a game where anytime there's a closed door between us, we have to shoot each other. And when we're not walking around campus and in line of being tackled by campus security, we use Nerf guns. So anywhere that's not walking around campus, we use Nerf guns. Now, there has been a closed door between us since the last time that we shot each other. We have decided to do an honorable duel. Because
There's something honorable about you two duel.
There is an honorable duel because I held both guns after the door closed, and I could have just executed Daniel. We're gonna duel. So, our guns are on the table. We're gonna turn around and face away from each other.
Hold on, I'm putting it on my right hand.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Just don't spill my drink, please. We're gonna turn around and face away from each other. And volunteer, count down from 3.
Are we one pace
Victoria.
away?
Yeah, we're yeah. No. Hang on. One pace.
Una.
There we go.
Staring at the wall.
Staring at the wall.
3, 2.
On go?
Wait, yeah, hold on. On go.
Okay.
On go.
On go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
You're out of frame.
Everyone was like excited and then disappointed.
Hey.
I'm gonna say I hit one of your leg hairs.
You definitely hit a leg of hair, but
Okay.
you didn't hit my leg.
Yeah, it counts though.
No, it
We
doesn't.
didn't say hairs don't count. You hit my hair, that didn't count.
Children.
Hey, we'll call it a draw.
No, I get the point.
You each get a point.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's being nice.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Listen to the paladin or he'll smite you.
He lost fair and square. I'm not gonna listen to the Paula Dean.
Paula Dean has more power than you ever have and ever will.
Roll a persuasion check. Adding your
Paula Dean?
Everyone here has their own
Try
purpose.
this. Roll a persuasion check to see if you can influence the world enough to accept your reasoning.
Oh, fine.
Josiah.
Yeah.
Daniel Simon says I win.
Huh?
What?
Yes.
I was just gonna say it was really funny how we both turned around before she said go, realized it, hesitated, then went, eh.
I know. We were ready. We were on par. Alright, well that was a little duel. I got a point. Yeah, I did.
I gave myself a point, but I hit your leg.
No, I hit you.
Fell out.
Yeah.
You skimmed my leg hair. That doesn't count.
You.
Counts.
No, I don't have
Moving on.
You can do rock, paper,
You have an
scissors at the
extra
end of the session.
That's fine. I'll just kill Daniel's character.
Robyn,
Um,
you have.
I'll care both of your
like
characters.
carry line device.
care?
I do indeed.
Care.
Thank you.
You said you'll care my characters.
He'll give them love and affection. He turns the other cheek. And Daniel's the bigger man.
Make do.
Because that's how
Sylvia
he
wants
does
to know
on
what we're
his-
doing tonight, Brett.
Huh?
Sylvia wants to know what we're doing tonight.
Sylvia is a wonderful person and I love her. And I don't really have an answer.
You're busy.
Brett will never tell her. Moving forward. Alright, so after that was fun. We'll call it a draw.
What?
I heard we'll call it a draw.
This is a bad place to say that.
Okay, and you said we were allowed to take a
So
shot.
when I suggested
Yes.
I get shut
I
up.
will take
She
my
said she
chances.
was me.
And you get your hit die.
I suggest
I'm playing D&D.
Yeah, and I'm taking a draw now.
You guys are still nerds.
steal my idea. And
Yes.
Alright, short rest. Everyone gets your hit die.
As soon as we're done, I'm channel divinity to heal her back up.
So do I actually get my hit die
what's a hit
Yeah.
die?
as well? Oh,
Yeah.
That's on your sheet.
Now you're full health.
Okay.
I think, right? I can't tell.
Okay.
Stop erasing it in the same place. It's hard to see.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, I am. I think.
Yeah, I'll call it a draw, Daniel, because I had the courtesy not to shoot you with your own gun.
I'll go ahead and roll.
So call it even.
When you
Hair
roll
counts,
Okay.
so we'll call it a draw.
When you roll your hit die, you add your constitution?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Every time. And you guys can do 2 hit die.
The full.
So you can add your constitution modifier twice.
Although she's getting 10, so whee!
Alright, so you find one article on this creature. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright. I was going to ask if I could. Are there arrows salvageable?
Oh yeah. Are there salvageable arrows?
But they're longbow.
Because there are
They're
a lot
longbow
of them
arrows.
sticking out of us.
Do you have a longbow? No. Then
Oh, you don't?
I have crossbow.
Oh, okay.
you both have crossbows.
No,
I have a crossbow.
Oh, you have 2 crossbows and a short bow.
You're probably thinking of me.
Nope. I have no clue what you have.
Nobody
Well,
else.
Josiah is probably thinking of
Nobody
it.
has any.
I have no clue what you have either.
Nobody can
Literally,
read
no
it.
one knows what class you are. We already forgot.
Or did you even know? That's the question.
That's really valid right there.
That's not the right freaking thing.
That's a background ending.
Okay. Any other questions before I can, do my game?
I was patting down the body,
Yes.
Wow.
and I have something that
I'm
I can't.
kidding. You find a necklace that roughly looks like this. It's a poor drawing. I have the actual
Pretty.
necklace. I think it's in my
Nothing
car.
said that symbol. or
I
the
think it's
sound.
in my car. That is on. It is wooden. The necklace itself is wooden. I think actually, technically, there are like a couple little beads on it, like right about here. I think they're little beads. I can't remember. I have the actual necklace in my car. It's wooden twine, like brown twine, holding the sides of the necklace. So there you go. It's a rough. That's a rough drawing, but that is this symbol on the necklace.
Incredible.
So, what are you guys doing? You're in a little alleyway. Tim is kind of, he's keeping an eye out too. Oh, Tim's not a high roller.
Tim, do we need to get a move on, or do we need to rest?
The longer we wait, the later we get in. But I mean, we can try and get in tomorrow, or I mean, we can get in late. Like it's up to you.
Do I find anything else on the body?
No, just a short sword that it had as well.
Is everyone feeling up to continue on at the moment, or would
Long
we-
bow.
For arrows.
You're
Long
cradled
bow.
in my arms, by the way.
That's a long
You're
bow.
in a
It's a
hunger
long
now.
Even better. I'll take the
I just
arrows as
feel-
well.
He had 30 arrows. Well, no,
Cradled like a dog.
he would have had 24. He shot like 4 or 5
Are you
times. So
feeling
Well,
the
crossbow.
rose?
no, these are longbow.
Yes.
They use crossbow.
He picked up his longbow.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't think I'm
Well,
proficient with it, but that's okay.
You have 15
ran
arrows. Sorry,
at
15. It's more
the
accurate.
enemies, and they shot you,
Fair enough.
and then tried very hard to come kill you before we could revive you.
That doesn't surprise me.
Do you know them?
Yes. I'm quite familiar with them.
What are they?
Well, you see, Titus and Stabby McStabface over there. When I first met them, I ran into them. It wasn't the first time. The entity is called the Dreaming Dark, and they are evil from another plane, and they hunt my people. Currently, I told that they have my parents. I've heard my parents are safe, but that they have them and that they are avidly hunting me, thus why that encounter happened. They come and they're spirits from a dream realm called the Dalquor, and they take over bodies as hosts. They just kind of live in them and corrupt them in a way that shames my race, really. And they're after my people because we try to stop them, and our goal is to help spirits that fled that realm and fled the evil in that realm to try to fight them off.
What do you mean when you say your people?
Yes, I was curious as well.
My people
So into
are...
I'm sorry if you don't want to say.
It's fine. My people are called the Kalashtar. Spirits fled the dream realm. Rebel spirits trying to protect goodness and peace and following the path of light. And they came and sought refuge on our plane. And a handful of people wanted to help and bonded themselves with those spirits. Over time, the spirit just passes down through the family, and everyone in the family is bonded to that spirit. So I have a spirit which me and my parents are bonded to, and we
try to protect them and help fight against the dark. Avidly seek to destroy us, and evidently this realm.
There's a lot of information.
It is. It's.
I show her the necklaces, so I assume you recognize this.
Can I see it?
You can.
Do
Expected
I
that.
recognize it?
You do. It's not the only symbol used to denote the dreaming dark. It's one of two. The other one is the eye of a raven with the yellow slit. This one is known as like a more crude eye-like symbol for them. But this one is occasionally known to have magical properties.
The necklace or the.
The symbol.
Okay. I do recognize it. It's one of two symbols for the dark.
What are they called? Sorry, what are they all called again? I've been writing them down, but you said they were
We call them the Dreaming Dark.
Dreaming Dark. And they're from the dark what?
The Dalquor.
Or?
Dalquor. DAL space QUOR.
That makes sense.
Called quarry spirits, and that is bonded to, well, basically a better version of that.
These people, they'll be hunting you down indefinitely.
Most certainly they have been, but especially right now, I've been informed by spirit. They are particularly hunting.
So that puts us in danger. Good. I'll do everything I can to protect you.
Thank you.
That's okay. You said they've been taken?
From what I know, yes. But I'm not really sure. I can only hope as well. They were seeking Tim Finnegan for refuge. I don't know exactly if they
They're seeking Tim. Is it safe for us to show ourselves to him right now then?
It should still be. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't.
Would we be leading them right to him?
If you mean the dark is not seeking Tim, my parents.
Oh, yes, okay. Sorry,
They left a note saying
Yes.
to go to
Okay.
Tim Finnegan
okay.
at my house.
Alright.
If they were seeking him, why didn't they simply wait for you?
I was gone for a while. Staying in one place without knowing exactly where I was or what happened to me would be risky.
This song is called Death in the Darkness.
Also,
Nice.
that symbol's known to be magical.
Rose, are you feeling
Would
up
I-
to traveling?
Yes, I could travel. I do feel much better. Just-
Would I? Is there any way I'd be able to understand any of the magical properties from studying it right now?
You can make an Arcana check.
That's what I was looking for. This is my good die tonight. How dare you?
Bumped your elbow, that's probably why.
Yeah, he bumped my elbow. Can I reroll?
No.
I don't think so. He actually didn't.
You lie.
He said he did. But I'm
I
like, yeah,
subtract
sure.
5 from your
In
roll.
character,
It's a -3.
Oh my god.
No, I absolutely cannot.
Okay.
Well, what's the roll?
It was a 2.
Okay, yeah, no. You have no clue. You've never seen the symbol before.
Could
Yes.
I hold on to it?
Sorry.
Sam, I think
If
we
I find the necklace, I'll get it to you.
Sam, I think we should get before it gets too dark.
Yeah, okay.
Use it
We're a
as
little
magic.
behind, so we should be in
No, we can't actually.
around 10, probably.
Alright,
School of
great.
Magic, but that,
You're looking for
past that,
properties.
yes.
Everyone, I think we're gonna get a move on so we can make it towards 2 late.
But I can't learn identify.
Alright. So are you all following
Yep.
Tim? Okay.
Leaving the body behind as well.
Are you still
Okay.
cradling me?
No, I
Oh,
put
she
you
took
down.
you down.
Oh, okay.
Unless you like.
Unless.
Would you like to feel taller for a short while?
What if I?
How tall is? How tall is Rose, by the way?
Just kidding.
5'11"?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
5'10".
She's not.
5'10".
Well, yeah, but we're also like a foot
Yes.
or more taller than her. So.
Yeah.
Definitely taller
I'm
than
almost
me.
2 feet tall.
How tall are you?
5'4".
That's right.
Oh, bless you. All right, so you guys get a move on.
We're the closest in height to you.
Following Tim, you guys carry on your walk, darting in and out of alleys. This time being a little more stealthy, trying to avoid open courtyards and stuff like that. And after a couple of hours, it's later in the evening, maybe 6 p.m., when you enter into the Gutter Hope District. And you can tell this is the Gutter Hope District. You were in the Southern Basin, which is one of the poorer districts, not necessarily dirt poor, but it's on the outside of the wall.
Thank you.
No, it's on the outside of the wall, so it's relatively poor, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But then you cross the street, and the buildings are packed so closely together and built on top of each other so highly. Walking through the alleyways, you can't see the sun. Well, I mean, the sun is setting anyway, so you wouldn't see it anyway, but you can't see the sky through the tin roofs overhanging. People in the streets at this point are covered in mud, dirt, and feces, ducking in and out of alleys. The streets are dark. You see a couple large rats, the size of small dogs, kind of at you and dart away into the alleys. Yeah.
I want to keep my hand on my gold pouch.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. At this point, Tim in front of you takes on a much more dirty, downtrodden kid, kind of an urchin with a little flat cap on his head. Yeah.
Well, can I like try to? Do I remember know about the magical?
You have been told in story by your parents that it is magical. You do not know how.
Okay.
I can't believe people live like this.
You pass by a couple people just kind of rolled up in cloaks in the alleyway, sleeping. You assume they're sleeping. That one doesn't look like it's breathing. You keep moving.
He's not
How
breathing.
far away are we?
With the streets the way they are,
okay.
probably 3 or 4 more hours.
Thank you.
I forgot to mention, I meant to do this as we were leaving, but with the body, I was going to give a little prayer over the body because
Okay.
just making sure Teleport guides them.
You continue on, ducking in and out. Occasionally, clotheslines hang with clothes on it, but the clothes are still covered in dirt and mud and feces, and rats are crawling in and out of the shirts, biting holes into it and stuff like that. But they appear to have just come out of the laundry.
Clarification question: when I see the black spirit ooze out, does it dissipate?
It goes up,
Or like,
and then it goes off in a direction
okay.
to the east.
Okay.
You didn't notice that till this time, but it goes to the east.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, like, as we're walking, keep my eyes on the rooftops.
Okay. Make a perception check.
There we are. That's a 21.
Okay. So you're keeping an eye out as you guys continue to weave in and out.
Bad time to get another.
So, 4 more hours of this pass. Very little light. The sun has set completely at this point. There are no lights in the streets. At this point, rats the size of small dogs, and occasionally you see a figure and you think it's a person, and you realize it's a rat standing on its hind legs, drops and scurries off. It's nasty, it's gnarly, it's gross. You haven't seen a soldier or a city guard in the past 3 hours. Anyone lighting any light?
Yes.
Okay. Couple torches flare up as you guys. 3 torches flare up as you guys. Huh? Do you have a lantern?
Yeah.
Okay, a lantern and then 2 torches.
With the light cantrip.
Okay.
I had no idea that there's a place that could be this awful.
Yeah, I'm gonna light a candle as well. Just to hold it.
Lots of light.
Is there a district between this and the mining?
Oh yeah, the southern basin is between this and the mining district that you guys walked through earlier.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision.
No, we don't.
So you guys continue to work your way. Lights now. At one point, you come into an alleyway, and Tim kind of stops you, and it looks almost like the entire ground of the street is moving. and you realize it's rats swarming in the street. You can hear that. You hear the chittering of their feet and of their little voices as they're crawling all on top of each other and over each other. And Tim's like, go the other way, go the other way, and like pushes you guys back the alleyway, and you take a completely different route. And you guys have heard stories of a herd of rats that large stripping a body to the bone in seconds. So you steer clear. Carrying on through the streets, at this point it is dark, and you feel, or you hear gently above you the soft patter of rain. As it starts raining, ever so gently.
It's rain around me.
It's rain?
It is? It's just...
Yeah, it's just rain.
Okay.
You were asking about rain earlier.
I did, well, because I'm cold. See my
Yeah, but you're not
breath
like
and all the things.
cold enough to instantly freeze water on contact. You know how cold you'd have to be?
Very.
I don't know how cold I am. I'm just cold.
You're getting frostbite just from standing next to you.
Yeah, you're not that cold. You're cold, but like probably close to freezing. So if you put water on your hand and let it sit there for a couple hours, it'll frost over. But it's not gonna. Rain isn't just gonna to you.
She turns into a little ice block.
She's just like and just dies. That's it. Rest in peace. No, you're fine. So
Thought I'd ask.
worth asking, but no, you're fine. So you guys continue through rain now falling, not hard enough to put out the torches, but enough to where you can hear it sizzling. It puts out your candle. You can hear it sizzling on the torches. Yours is totally fine because it's a light cantrip. So you continue through for another 2 hours of this awful, pitiful.
Can I see her light cantrip?
Yeah, there's a little light.
Oh, that's cute.
Did you see what the magical light illuminates?
Yeah, that's
No.
No.
my next
I
question.
can see the light.
You can see a little beam of light,
That's
so
cute.
you know to follow it. You can see spells.
Right.
So you guys continue on, weaving in and out for about 2 hours before Tim stops you guys at just any other shack, just like every other shack here. Goes up to the door and he gives it a quick little. There's a pause, and then on the inside you hear, and the door
It's really not a secure locking system.
slides open, and there's eyes looking out at you, and it's.
I'll extinguish my light.
Can I see them?
Who is that? Tim's. Tim, the change. Here, I brought friends for Mr. Finnegan. We're from Serenity. He's.
Good friends, I assure you. This is more safe.
I go stupid.
But the door isn't moving. You hear. And then the door slides open, and you see on the other side of that door another large metal door inside of it, and you see the wall is lined with more locks than you've ever seen before in your life. And then there's another wall lined with more locks immediately after that.
I feel like it'd be easier just to break down a window.
Yeah.
There aren't any windows.
Oh, well, now I know.
And the figure standing before you appears to be a very elderly woman. And she's. What are your names?
Feel free to introduce yourselves. My name is Eric. Nice to meet you.
My name is Titus. It's a pleasure.
Call me
Byron.
Ma.
Julianus.
Yes, ma'am.
He's okay.
Ma.
Bye.
Marn.
Bye.
Fine.
We like to call him Fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
He is rather fuzzy,
She reaches out a very long, bony hand and gently runs it.
I don't think he likes being
It's
touched.
fuzzy. And the little one.
Rose.
What do you seek with Mr. Finnegan?
Quite a few tales. Do you mind if we come in?
Turns into the shack and
Very trusting.
shuffles her way in. And you guys follow her.
Just because I
More
can't
faster
see
than an old woman probably.
No, not about the speed of an old woman going. She's going.
Chapter 2.
Like the video of the lady that gets scared. She's like, but she can only walk.
Yeah. She is not moving terribly fast. So she follows you in, or you guys follow her in to. It opens up into a small room, comfortable, about the size of this room. There's a table, a small circular table in the middle, and she pulls out like a single match out of her pocket with her bony fingers, and she lights a candle on the table, and the room lights up just enough for you guys to see. It's grimy, it's dirty, the walls are bare with peeling paint. There's a dirty mattress in the corner with a sheet over it. The table has like 3 chairs. One that only has 3 legs, as one of the legs has been broken off. And the candle is already like mostly run down after she lights it. But she sits down on one of the lead chairs and she's, please sit.
You have a lovely home.
Thank you. I
is
just
very nice.
cleaned. It's covered in feces and dirt and mud.
Tell. It's wonderful.
Yes, this is very nice.
Do we
This is
close
one of
the
the
door behind us?
best places we've been for a while.
It has been.
You pull the first door shut, and it automatically, all the locks, and you close the second door, and all the locks.
I count 16.
Just to be sure, can I see her?
You can.
Okay.
She's an old, ugly woman. Welcome to my home.
What
This
can we call you?
My name is Diana.
Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Now, why are you seeking Finnegan?
I suppose they have their reasons. I'm here, well, I understand he's helping a specific group of people. I'm here to aid their aid, so to speak.
How do you plan to aid them?
However, Tim Finnegan can use me.
And the rest of you?
We've come seeking my friend's family, her parents. Tim Finnegan is the only lead.
And your parents are, dear?
Asa and Yodhatash.
Asa and Yodhatash. She kind of like leans back, and you hear her back like.
Oh, are you okay?
She's. I'm fine.
Okay.
She pulls out a small coin, holds it in her hand, and the coin starts spinning, and it stops. And they were here. Mr. Finnegan can tell you more. And the rest of you,
Maul's with me.
those two.
Just security.
She was
Understood.
helping us in a way she can.
And the dark one.
I'm same with her.
For those who haven't spoken up themselves, the rest are just helping us.
Understood.
Speaking
Well,
for Fuzzy.
you will all have to wait here for the night. And Mr. Finnegan will see you in the morning. Please get comfortable. She rises from the chair, turns, and walks towards the wall, and just walks clean through the wall.
Oh, are we allowed to follow? I shout after her.
Go over and poke the wall.
It's solid.
That's a no.
Wow, she's talented.
Ah, well, who wants the mattress?
Let one of the ladies take the mattress. They deserve
I
it.
would agree.
Let's
clear-
let Rose
poop.
have the mattress.
Yes, she.
Does the mattress look clean in the slightest?
No, not in the slightest. In fact, part of the mattress is moving, and when you kind of grab a stick and lift it, there's a rat in there, and it goes, scurries off into a little hole in the wall and darts away.
Into a hole in the wall.
Yeah, just a little one, like a rat hole.
Okay, I was about to say like.
Yeah, there's a hole about the size of a person in the corner. I didn't
If it's one
mention.
of the rats you mentioned earlier, then.
No, it's a regular rat.
Did Tim stay with us?
Tim the
Did you
changeling.
walk in with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim
Now
Rose.
that you never saw him in the first
I
place,
know.
but the rest of you looking around, you noticed him is not in there. You don't remember him leaving at any point.
Is there one of those slats in the door?
There is, yeah.
I just...
Peek out.
Jim?
The street appears to be empty.
Well, we've lost him.
Or he stumped us here.
Well, Dolly knows by Serenity's orders to trust us, so let's trust this.
I still don't
I don't
like it.
believe it's a trap. Not yet.
No?
Not so sure, but
So
You can be wary.
The
Yes.
whole building's just the 3 doors in a room this size.
There's only two doors
Question
back to back against each other, and it's a room this size, and that's a whole building.
Did you
Wow.
actually gasp, by the way, when I said outside in the
Let's not bring family living.
Peeling
into
paint,
this.
Did you
solid
in
wood.
character, or did you just
We're
improvise?
independent from
Make
our
an
parents.
investigation check.
They make their choices, we make ours.
Did I make a noise?
Yes.
Yeah, you start walking around, knocking on the,
making a noise.
feeling
so
it.
yes.
Some of the
you
plywood's
like-
kind of
That's my mental.
rotting a little
I definitely
bit.
would.
You managed to
Yeah,
peel it away,
Yeah,
but
sure,
there's
yeah.
more wood on the
Usually
other
everything is
side, or
trapped
even
until you
stone
know
in
what
some
it is.
places. It
If
appears
you,
to be pretty
if you
solid.
physically heard it, yes.
Ancient, but
so.
I'm trying to
and
decide more if I
murky
heard
and
it
dirty and falling apart,
son,
but
'cause I know I saw it.
not built with a trap
I
door
didn't hear anything.
that you can see.
I feel like I heard
Nothing in the
two of them
floor, no false
collectively.
floorboards. The wall appears to be solid. If there's something here, it's yeah. If there's something
I
here, it's
definitely was
magical.
leading you in, so
That's true, so I would have thought you
touching me.
Yes.
So yes.
Alright.
You're welcome.
So, if we're sleeping here, I suggest we do that in shifts.
No.
Keep an eye out for anyone that might try to interrupt our sleep.
I think that's wise. I can take the first watch.
Would you like anyone to stay with you, or?
If anyone's willing, but
I'll go on ahead and I'll stay up with you.
Oh,
I'm thinking
well,
hard.
then you can. I won't.
Bedroll.
I was offering to, but okay.
Mom,
Oh, sure.
you hooked up when I said
I,
my parents' names.
What were you gonna say?
Yes. Would you remind me? What did you?
Over
What did
the-
you call them again?
Okay. Which the one with the broken leg or one of the other two?
And Yoda touch.
Yeah.
All right. Fuzzy grabs a chair and leads it into the corner and is just sitting in the chair in the corner.
we.
I'm gonna take
Tell
the
you
other
what he said
corner
totally.
and pull out my crossbow and just have it ready, and
I'm just gonna have
I
my
don't
little
believe
They're
it.
the ones who told us.
hatchet and just
Yeah,
kind
go
of
ahead.
Fooling with it, watching the door.
Yeah.
So like all of you are watching the door.
We found them outside.
I'm watching two of us or staying up to watch. I don't know what these other ones are doing.
You were gonna
Oh,
sleep
when
in the
was
chair. Yeah.
About how long ago did we meet?
Did they meet my parents?
When you, it was briefly after the two of you met. No, sorry, no.
Whoa.
No.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It would have been
About a month before.
about a month ago.
Yeah. That was about a month. And they were heading away from.
Yes,
From
they were.
estimation. I don't believe.
From what
that
you can
they-
tell, they were alone.
Rose, I'm so sorry.
Were they going somewhere in particular? Do you know?
Would I have asked? I mean,
They were
They've told me,
hesitant to say where they were going.
so they didn't. Yes.
What direction were they heading when we met them?
Away from the city, northeast.
They were going northeast. Other than that,
What did you...
we were traveling on a road. They were on that same road and we crossed paths. It was fate.
And they told you about Tim Finnegan.
They told us about the changing problems in Acevich, and to seek out Tim Finnegan. Yes. Perhaps we met for a reason, Rose. Let's sleep on this. Let's not make many assumptions. I can take second watch. Just wake me up.
Certainly.
If anyone would like to join me, then feel free. Let me shut them off. And, Fuzzy, Alvine, would you like to take the third shift?
Wake me up.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm going to find a nice soft pile of feces to sleep on. Seems to be much of it.
You do that.
I mean, it's hard to find a spot without it.
Okay. I was gonna say perception checks on first watch.
And I get my spells back.
Oh, wow, that was
Get my
I rolled
spells
a
back. Now I get my
lousy
spells
jack
back.
And you're
roll
sitting
your
there
die-
fiddling with your hatchet.
just roll
You
your
just your
dice.
mind is completely encompassed in what you've learned about your uncle. Your mind is completely encompassed in what you've just learned about alternate dimensions and alternate planes of reality, which you had no clue
I was
about.
a little country boy.
You're a little country boy, and you've been dropped. So much information has been dropped on you. That's all you're thinking about. The implications, how small and insignificant you feel as you fiddle with your hatchet, and you barely even see the world around you.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
and
is.
also the
Your-
uncle too. That
your
was,
shift
that's the new
goes without
stuff.
without event. You attempt to talk to Titus maybe once or twice, but he seems to be so out of it that he doesn't even pick up. And then when your shift ends,
He's
I just pop
you need to like shake him to get his attention. Like he's so enveloped in his own mind.
Hey, Titus.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Let's try to stay awake, shall we?
Your shift is over now, by the way. Yeah.
Get some sleep. Looks like you need it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go
So-
wake Eric and Ma.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm gonna let Eric wake up Ma.
Fair.
Think about it.
Perception checks from
And I'm
those
not
two.
gonna take a
Oh,
watch
okay.
because
Yeah.
it's great.
Trust any of them.
It means I just get to sleep every time. Oh yeah, I'm
This is
sleeping.
why.
Any
Eight.
Okay.
13.
So
So
doing great.
you maintain soft conversation over the course of the night. Quite enough to not wake up the others, but soft enough, but loud enough to where you guys can hear each other. You don't pay too much. I mean, what's there to watch? A door. So,
And a wall.
and a wall. Nothing special. You watch the little rat hole. You're looking for another friend. None come out. Your shift ends.
You choose your friends strangely. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
And
I wasn't
anything
saying that in a negative
particularly
way.
interesting or
I
normal.
find it
like,
curious.
For them, normal.
no.
Also,
Dream.
this group.
Nothing particularly interesting.
You
It's darker
physically
than
didn't know
usual.
This group.
More death. More pain than
You
usual.
seem to be at great
Maybe that's
danger
just
with them.
you. Your
Great
connection with
perspective.
Tosh making it more emotional. But your shift has ended now.
We are having a conversation, but that's fine.
Oh, well, you can continue to have your conversation, but
Okay.
I'm saying,
Sure,
for the
sure.
sake of everyone else, we're going to go and move on.
Hostage.
So you wake these two.
Yeah, sure.
Perception checks, please. Perception check, please.
15.
Okay. So the two of you sit on opposite sides of the room in silence. Terribly awkward silence. And about an hour
That's true.
into your shift,
I'm not saying we should run from this group.
You
I'm
both
saying
hear
we should be
very
prepared for the
soft-
worst. As always.
it's coming from all around. And looking down at your feet, you see a soft green mist begin to fill the room. All of you are unconscious, so you automatically fail your Constitution saving throws as the mist begins to fill up the room.
So if
It's
you
now-
kill us, are we dead?
No, you're not dead. No, you're not dead. You're not dead. It's just going to keep you unconscious. They are still breathing. Your friends are asleep
Let's keep
still.
track of everything we do.
It is the mist has risen up to your knees.
Baron progressed from a silent sleep to a loud
People
snore.
from a dreamland hunting down other
We go to the
dreamland.
door.
Okay, what are you doing at the door? So you both move to the door quickly.
Strange things happen. in a very quick succession.
There are 6 locks on this door. The first one is just a simple slide latch.
I would dare
The
to
second
say
one is
that
just a
there
simple turn latch.
is a
The third one is a code.
This is exactly.
I agree.
Take out a freaking pin from my burglar's pack, whatever, and try to like smash it off.
Make a strength check.
I think that's the code. An actual touch.
Yeah, you just and pop that lock. The fourth one has a little hole in it and it's black around the edges.
Lock picking it.
Okay. It appears picking there, it appears to be completely smooth all the way through. The mist is up to your thighs.
Last lock.
The last lock is just it has a keyhole. So this one would be lockpick.
What are
Okay.
the walls made of?
The walls appear to be made out of wood. Most places. Sometimes it's stone.
11.
Takes you a minute. Now it's up to your waist by the time you get it. Now there's the one lock left.
Cut a hole through the wall?
You can try. So you go to a wooden patch, you push in until you find rotten wood, you start hacking.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a strength check. So you have one lock left.
The noise of her hacking down a wall does not wake us up.
You guys are currently in a magically enchanted sleep.
That's what I thought.
16.
Well, not technically magically enchanted, more chemically enchanted, but 16. Okay, so you begin hacking into the wall, chipping away. You like reach in, you start pulling away wood, and you hack, and you're working on that.
Trying to figure out what the frick this hole is.
All right, take investigation.
Fuck. Yep. 6.
It is smooth metal, smooth all the way through, with black kind of scattered around the edges.
Smash it.
Randomly.
Just start slamming into the door. Kind of knock it down.
Well, this door opened inward
means there are hinges.
on the other side.
No.
Yes. No, because there's another door on the outside.
Right. But
All of the hinges for both doors are kept in the same place.
Then it would open out, and one would open.
No, wait,
in.
no, you're totally right. Hang on. No, it's the way that schools do their doors, where like the hinges are here, and then like the part is here. That's how they do it. Rather than being like that,
more
it's like
valid.
that. Sorry, that's how that works. Doors are weird. I'm stupid.
I'll go help her.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my mask.
Okay.
In my
Make sure we
head,
just a
go,
straight gasp.
Right.
Gave us a god, Josiah.
Yeah, I know. No. This is the god speaking. Yeah. Yeah. Go to the door. Go to the door.
It's locked.
What's left? There's only one lock left, right?
Yeah. How do I open
hold
it?
me up to it.
Okay.
Oh, you rolled a natural 1. Oh man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. So there's only one left?
Yeah.
What's that black stuff around it? What is that?
I don't know.
Lick it. You're a cat. You know stuff.
15.
You quickly run your finger over it, and it appears to be soot.
It's soot.
What makes soot? Fire.
Fire?
Fire.
Light it on fire?
Stick something. Yeah.
He's like, I'm unconscious. I can't give advice.
Do you have any fire? Light a match.
Weird
The hole
comedy
appears to be the perfect size for a match to fit in it.
We need to
You stick a match in there, and it unlocks.
Yay!
You open the door, and there's another door on the other side, but it's wooden.
I come back over.
It's wooden.
Does it have locks on it?
It does.
Oh, okay.
Smack it.
Both just start like.
Strength checks. You guys are
How high is the
slamming
mist
into the
at this
door.
point?
The mist at this point is up to your chest.
17.
17.
Okay. You. And as it gets up to your neck, and as the two of you, well, at your neck, you're a little bit taller than she is. As it gets up to your neck, and the two of you are like getting ready. At this point, you have to like stand up. You duck down into it and slam into the door one last time, and it busts open, allowing the mist to spill out into the street and dissipate.
No, I should not trust you.
Make a quick Constitution save with advantage because you only breathe a little bit.
That's a 3.
You kind of slump a little bit, and your world gets really dizzy.
I don't know. Well, let's check your freaking safe. I'm sorry, 5.
It's still less than 10.
Yes.
You get really dizzy, but you're not unconscious. You're just really like out of it. You're coughing pretty heavily, but the mist has dissipated at this point. There's a large rat in the alleyway, kind of looking at you. Goes, and turns and runs off.
I'll just let Grant
Do a
drink.
quick perception just to see what's around us.
Yeah.
Any boots.
What was it?
What was what?
The mist.
I don't know. Stick me in what's left.
What do I see?
There's a pause. Yeah, go ahead.
What did I just see?
She just held up the mask and went, "What is it?"
Thinking out loud.
Oh
Okay,
no,
when
she's
did
just
you go-
staring. Yeah, she's going. And then she shoved the mask into the mist, and you're like,
8 perception, because that distracted me.
yeah, you're watching that. There's a pause, and you hear, I don't know. It's something. It's there's chemicals in here. There's different. It's like plants. It's like
Are
it's
they
like
alive?
Who?
I'll go back in.
Yeah.
She's thinking.
Yeah. It's now back down to your knees and like going down to your ankles. I mean, it's not toxic. It just looks like it's made to knock you out.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Jump back.
So you go back in. They're all breathing.
I'm gonna wake up Rose.
Rose, make a Constitution saving throw.
You think this was
15.
him?
You are awake, but you are very groggy. Very out of it.
Hi, it's too bit.
Apologies for making it. Okay.
Oh.
Do not yawn.
Where's the mist now?
The mist is now down to your ankles and dissipating out the door.
Just check the rest of them. Don't wake them up yet.
Alright.
They're all breathing. They're all alive.
Do
you
I
kind
see?
of pile them
Can
up
I
in
see
the
the
middle of
mist?
No,
Okay.
it's not magical.
Oh.
Make another Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna just keep watching the door.
Oh, that one.
That's fine. You can go back to sleep.
Back to war. Woo!
You're like, okay.
We should wake them after it's gone.
You wait.
We should not have let those two be
Yeah,
together.
make sure.
Okay.
I'm just waiting.
Is the mist gone now?
At this point, yes, the mist is gone.
Neither of them speak a word of each other.
Ma.
Morning.
We'll wake up.
Make a Constitution save if he tries to wake you.
Uh,
Make a Constitution save. You're still under the sleep caused by the chemicals, so you have to make a con save in order to wake up.
You bro, you usually
Wait,
10.
yeah.
So 16.
16, you wake up. You're groggy.
Also,
You're out of it.
Where are your saving throws?
You just woken up from being drugged, so it's like you're on Benadryl, but you're up.
Morning.
Also 16.
Then you are also out of it,
I slept great.
but you're up.
Yes, alright.
This music's way too freaking dramatic.
Attack. Attack?
Well, it worked. It was great.
So like,
I haven't slept that hard in weeks.
Got to say something.
someone
Would I know anything about that?
Oh,
About what?
About the green
Yeah.
Roll a nature
Well,
check.
out of it.
Nature
Um,
chick.
Nature.
Well, it can really.
Nah, nature.
You got old lady or
16.
thing.
You would have heard of it. Mix the right chemicals together, and you can make any kind of knockout gas or knockout liquid or anything like that. Usually with natural chemicals, usually with some different stuff. Probably one of the big ones would be like quicksilver, lichen, or something like that would be like really prominent in something like this, especially a quicker knockout gas.
That jerk double crossed us. I'll kill him.
So what are you guys doing?
Are the four of them all only ones awake?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they're the four
Yeah,
that's
they haven't
awake
pumped
right
us
now.
awake
I'm
yet.
gonna wake myself up.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Again?
Yeah,
Friend. I'll wake Rose up
13.
again.
you are a little more awake, but you're still like you're kind of like you're getting there. You're getting there. You're like
It's too early.
Constitution saving throw.
Too early.
Con save.
11. That's what to say.
Here's my eyes.
12.
Nope. DC of 15.
More war. Yay.
Have we?
I still have longer war.
I think that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Okay.
When can I try this again?
Go for it. If she wakes you up
No.
again.
That's a great
Eventually, everyone shakes everyone awake.
I rolled a 4 that time, so it's okay.
Eventually, everyone wakes. It takes about 10 minutes, but you guys manage to get everyone up. You're all groggy. You're all out of it, but you're sitting up. You're walking around like you're up, like trying to do jumping jacks, trying to wake up. You're like.
Yeah.
At one point, you notice that Rose is like crying a little bit of green from her eyes.
Rose, you alright?
Yeah.
What do you
Most-
mean?
Yeah, there's green coming out of your eyes.
Can I?
Eyes look
I-
silly.
No, you can't
no,
see
I
anything.
can't. No.
You can't see your own face.
I know. I was just like, okay, let's see that on my face.
I describe it to her in full detail, best I can.
I think we
To a
should
blind person.
leave.
No, okay, hold on. What happened?
Well, where?
We got drugged.
I touched the green.
Yeah, we got drugged by a secret organization
Nope.
who are trying to keep themselves secret.
Well, we've clearly been double crossed by Tim Finnegan.
By who? Why would he double cross us right now?
Right?
Sense.
Why would? Why also would he lead us straight to his warehouse? Right to his headquarters,
Why would he drug us?
We see where
in
so
this-
that we can be led there without us knowing where we're going.
Making
I
him.
still
Well,
don't
no,
think
with your
so.
natural 20, it was magic.
This is a dirty
Probably came
trick.
through
I
the
don't
hole in
like
the
it.
wall. The
You
wall,
can-
where the
yeah,
wall that
that's
was
what I like. This is
solid and like
deal with
magically,
it.
This is
you know,
called
she
a
walked
safety
through.
precaution.
Could have come through
That's
there.
what
Could
it
have
said
come
to
through
me.
the rat hole. Could have come under the door. There's a couple places where mist could have come in. Probably under the door would have been your best bet, or through the rat hole.
Is green?
At this point, the entire room.
Ugh.
Oh.
And the room starts falling.
Everyone stay calm.
I can't stay calm. Remember what I said about safety precautions?
And after about 5 seconds, the room.
Yes, I did. Nobody was listening.
And the door, outside the door, is a very lit room.
I'm gonna.
Very
Other
large.
people?
I'm definitely sitting
Not-
like this.
Do we see
Well,
anybody?
Stepping out and into the well-lit room, you're still groggy. You're just like,
Yeah,
it's
this
so
was- yeah,
bright.
This isn't feeling good.
Stop. There's a,
It is filled
come
with
me.
probably close to 50 changelings, all armed with crossbows,
We
all
you know
leveled
what?
at you.
I
may no harm. May no harm. I didn't want to wake
towards the
up, but I
table.
did.
This is. We come in peace.
They woke me up. It wasn't
Is
my
there
fault.
light room?
Oh yeah. Or no, in the room you're in? No. In the outside room, it's lined with torches.
Who drugged us?
No,
those guys
don't we-
did.
That would have been
Shut
me.
up, Titus.
And stepping out into the front of everyone is a small halfling man with a long red beard
Oh, you look like
and a
Finnegan.
tall green hat. No, oh yeah, you can. A tall green hat and a green cape, like cloak. And he's got knee-high brown leather boots. He's like, that would have been me.
Oh Lord, we stumbled upon a Lucky Charms mascot. Okay.
We just assume
It's a leprechaun fool. It's a leprechaun.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Tim Finnegan.
Oh yeah, that's an accent.
That's Mr. Finnegan.
Hey, why don't you come with me and we could have a little sit down if you're all right with that.
Oh,
Fine.
Come on, let him through, and he kind of starts.
yeah,
But
those crossbows
the
look
the
nice.
changelings that he kind of brushes away all keep their crossbows leveled at you the entire time.
Oh yeah.
But he leads you
that's-
smack dab through the middle.
I'm gonna follow him.
Understandably.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
follow. I can see him. I'm like, let's go.
How did you expect to carry us out of there? Oh my
There's like 50 changelings.
I know, they all have crossbows on them already.
They can put them down. So, Finnegan leads you into this very large warehouse room, and through double doors. Like there's 2 double doors on either side, and then there's this pair, like a single door, sorry, in the middle. And he leads you into this single door, and you come into what appears to be a relatively decent-sized office, a little bigger than the room you were just in. A very ornate wooden desk at the end of the room, and Finnegan kind of walks up to the desk. And he sits down behind the desk and he kicks his feet up on the desk, and you all shuffle into the room, and the changelings at the door close the door behind you. Finnegan's, hi, it's a pleasure to meet you all. I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry about all that. You understand I can't just let anyone who is looking for Tim Finnegan come and find me, even if they make it all the way to our warehouse entrance. I need to have precautions, so we try to lock them in, put them to sleep, check their possessions, all of that. But, it's completely harmless. We wouldn't have done anything to you.
I tried to tell them, they didn't listen to me.
roll an insight check.
I'm gonna join her.
25.
Yeah.
Appears to be a very sound argument, very logical argument, and he's maintaining eye contact, and he doesn't appear to be lying. At the very least, he believes it's the best way to go about it.
That's very valid.
Yeah.
I apologize for any inconvenience I might have caused, but in my defense, you were all totally fine. And these 2 are extraordinarily capable. I've never seen anyone actually get out of that room before.
Yeah, no, if you didn't have those safety precautions, I'd be more concerned, so it's appreciated.
Naturally, I can't just let anyone in.
course,
Someone could be
of
wanting to
course.
kill me, someone could be
Can't
wanting to
be too
catch me for the
trustful.
government. I'm not exactly the best in the light of the city council. They see me as a bit of a terrorist, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Of course.
Now, what can I help you all with? I've heard you're looking for me.
Well, I was looking to help you.
And what's in it for you, big guy?
Maybe a better afterlife.
Well, that's one way to go about life, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd prefer a better now life, but you know, I understand.
Yeah, well, helping people helps me, so
We're just
do what I
hoping
want.
to end some suffering and
Yeah.
bring a little bit more peace to this dump of a city.
Well, that's a very noble thing you're doing this.
all that crap.
What's your name?
I'm Ma.
Ma, it's a pleasure to meet you, and yours?
The name's Eric. Eric Eastmount.
Eric, it's a pleasure to meet you. Well, it's nice to meet some lovely fellas like you who
Yeah.
are seeking to bring a little good to the world.
Yeah, do what I can.
And what about the rest of you sleazeballs? What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I'm here to help my friend. She's looking for her parents. And you seem to be the only lead.
Hi, your
I
parents.
don't like that.
Tell me, who are they? I've got a lot of names here. And he starts like sifting through lists of paper. He's like, go ahead, I'm listening.
Asatosh and Yotatosh, they came through here.
Aye, your parents did come through here. They came through here about 2 months ago. We sent them out with a group of decoys because they're very valuable to us. They're messengers. They've been working with me for a couple of years now. Secretly, of course, you want to know. But I've never met you before. That means you're Rose, yeah?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Rose. Your parents, wonderful people. They served us in many ways. Your mother would go into the noble district and she would bring information to us. She would steal from the nobility. She would bring us what we needed to know. And in return, we promised to help her people too.
There's two college stars. They're who told us about you.
No, they're not. We sent them out with decoys. We didn't trust them. We knew that they were being hunted. Well, not that we didn't trust them. We knew that they were being hunted. So we sent them to the south. We sent a batch of decoys in each direction. Changelings disguised to look like them, sent to go out as far as they could. We lost contact with your parents 2 weeks in. Haven't heard from them since. They made it to the border
Good.
between Orvitzal and Mavira before we lost contact with them.
Well, those are the decoys are who we met. So
Hey, that sounds about right. The decoys wouldn't have told me. If they met you, they meet lots of people on the road. But we kept them going just in case losing contact with your parents was nothing more than an accident, and we were hoping that contact would be resumed. But they were sent with important news to our sisters down in Mavir. But we haven't heard from them in about a month and a half now.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not something we can sacrifice resources to go looking for. You understand, of course.
Of course.
But, what's your name, big guy?
Titus.
Titus who?
To be honest.
Ignore the last name. He doesn't share his father's intentions.
My,
Uncles.
I believe everybody is familiar with my uncle.
Aye, everyone's familiar with your uncle. Your uncle's the reason we're all in this mess. But it's okay, I don't blame you. My parents weren't that great either.
Yeah.
You couldn't escape from them.
I respect this.
But, your uncle's not a good man.
I'm quickly learning that to be the case.
He's been on the top of our most wanted list for, well, the entire time we've been in hiding, basically. But he's got lots of precautions set up against changelings to keep him alive.
Most wanted list.
Hi, we have a list of people that we try and remove from their position of power, whether that be capture them or kill them. Usually killing them, we don't exactly have someone to keep them if we capture them, but, you know, he's been at the top of our list for quite a while. Anything we could get would be most appreciated. Of course, I can't expect you to kill your own uncle, but if you offered, I wouldn't say no. Just saying. You don't have to say anything right now, obviously. It's a little late, and you're probably all a little bit tired. I mean, it's still, it's like 4 in the morning. You've been drugged. If you want to continue your sleep, we can do that as well, or we can keep talking.
Sounds.
I've been up for quite a while. I don't sleep actually, so I mean, you know,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
cares?
What time is it, by the way?
4 in the morning.
Ah,
Perhaps it would be wise for us to get some rest and reconvene this party in the morning.
I, of course, and you would all probably like to talk amongst yourselves as well. I would respect that. If you wouldn't mind following me, and
Certainly.
he stands up, and there's a like a poof of green smoke, and he disappears, and then a poof by the door, and he reappears by the door, and he swings the door open, and he's like, "Hey, come on!"
magic kids.
And you step out, and at this point, like the changelings are all still leveling their crossbows at the door, and he's like, "Hey, it's okay. They're good. They're here to help."
Okay.
And they all kind of lower, and then they begin to make their way. And so he leads you guys towards one of the double doors. And pushing the double doors open, you immediately see rows and rows and rows of tents, just kind of spread out sporadically amongst the warehouse. It's a very, very large warehouse. Ceilings maybe 50 feet high. The rows go out for easily almost a kilometer. And that way, and then about maybe half the size, left to right. And it appears to be almost like an underground city. There are campfires lit and torches lining the walls, and you can see holes in the roof, like where smoke is let out. Very small holes in the roof, but holes that allow smoke to kind of drain out. Most of the people appear to be asleep at this time of night, but there are people moving about, women, children, and men as well, kind of milling about as Finnegan leads you to the right of the door, and there's a kind of set of nicer tents a little ways from the rest of them, and he's, "Hey, this would be a good place for you to rest. It's completely private. Obviously, you can station someone outside if you don't trust us, but we have no one in the area. You've got probably 300 or 400 feet before the next tent with people living in it, so I'll make sure that you're left alone until morning if you'd like."
Sure. What is this place?
This is where we live. This is our home. This is,
Ground zero.
I mean, you could say that, sure.
What
It's not a disease, but this is where we reside for the time being.
You mean changelings?
Aye, Changeling Society. This is our home. We live under the city. We're trying to sneak as many out of the city as we can, just because getting them out of the city gets them out of harm's way. We try to get women and children out of the city as we can. Those who want to fight are allowed to stay and fight. These are the newest batch of changelings we found within the city walls. We're still finding them. They went into hiding pretty early. We're trying to convene them all in one place, and some of them are sticking up a fight. But this side is where the families live. The other side is where the soldiers live.
Is this a local law against the changelings? Just in the city?
Originally, yes, it was just in the city, but seeing as the military has overcome the city in recent days, they have not lifted the law, and they have continued to execute changelings. So as much as it's not a law within the country clearly supports the law.
I see.
So at the moment, we've just been fighting with the city government, but seeing as the country itself has come in and has started to kill us, we're not exactly most fond of them either. But enough of that conversation for tonight. We can continue to talk in the morning. Whenever you're ready, you can find me in my office. Not the one you met me. That's like the Democratic office. I hate that place. It's stingy. It's uppity. I don't care about that. If you go that way, and he kind of points, not like, so you came into the right of the double doors. He points to the left of the double doors, so straight across. He's like, "There's gonna be a little door. It's about tall enough for me to come through without stooping. So some of you bigger folk are gonna have to get down. But my office is over there. I'll be doing some work for the rest of the night. Feel free to come over as you wish. And I'll see you all soon."
Yeah. Sounds good.
And he takes his hat, and he pulls it down over his body until there's just a hat sitting in front of you, and it just sits there.
I pick it up.
You peek underneath, and it's just a hat.
Dang it, all three of us went for the same thing.
Yeah, all three of you kind of. Who has the highest dex?
Can I see that?
I have a +3.
Oh, yeah, I was also...
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so you get there first and peek under it, and it's empty.
Nothing here.
Take the hat. I'll check it out later. Do I sense anything magical about the hat?
Make an Arcana check.
That is a 17.
It looks like the hat that belongs to a leprechaun.
That's so cute. I love it.
And I assume, like, you said he showed us some tents, right?
Hmm? You guys are currently at. There's one larger tent, and then two smaller tents.
Well, I'm gonna head to one smaller tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want it to a larger tent.
The larger tent, as you kind of push, well, the smaller tent, when you push back the flap, there's bunk beds. When you push back the flap of the larger tent, there's a large table in the middle, lined with chairs. A couple bookshelves up against the walls. They're bare, but they're there. Some side tables. There's lanterns kind of lit in the tent. A couch up against one wall. It's cushioned. Like, it's nice. It's comfortable. It's cushioned. The chairs are all cushioned. Appears to be like a living space.
Is there anybody here? So I don't
No,
know.
it's empty.
Oh, incredible. I'm gonna make my way into. You said there are beds.
The beds are in the small tents.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're.
I come out and I tell, just
Yeah.
say, hey, there's beds in here if you want to sleep. What'd you find in the big tent?
Just couches, chairs.
Alright,
Living
I need to
space.
think.
That being said, I'm gonna go ritual cast detect magic in the larger tent.
Okay, so you're just drawing on the floor in the larger tent. The rest of
Scribble,
you?
scribble.
Can someone lead me to?
Someone help Rose.
Absolutely. That's my idea. I don't want to get just enough to finish a long rest, and then I want to go up and towards his office. Even if I'm by myself, I'm just gonna walk.
Where?
I'm gonna go to sleep
Uh huh.
until I finish a long rest, and then I want to head towards his office as soon as
Okay.
I'm done
I'm gonna do the
completing
same,
a long rest.
but give her space.
I'm gonna pick a place outside the tents to finish my watch.
Okay. What are you doing? You're the only one who hasn't told me what you're doing.
I know, I'm thinking.
I'm not gonna finish a long rest. I'm gonna stay up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be sitting in the on the couch thinking right now.
Okay. Yeah, because technically
But-
you two completed your long rest. The rest of you have not completed your long rest in terms of technicality.
Oh, that's fine.
What are you
Um,
looking for?
Actually,
so that music feels a little.
I know. I skipped it.
Danger, I
You're ruining roleplay.
Do I sense anything after I complete the detect magic ritual?
No, you do not.
Yeah. Okay. His hat. Does he get a new hat every time he does this? He left this behind.
It's questions I don't want to think about.
I do want to think about it because that means unlimited fabric, unlimited hats.
That's
Hey,
true.
what's up?
But
How you doing?
you're also going to be
Hi.
threatening supply and demand.
Where are
Yes, this is very dangerous.
Where are we? Well, take me out and show me around.
Magic is one thing, but infinite hats.
I see
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah, you do.
Don't
She's just
wear
swinging a
hats
mask
in case
around.
you haven't seen.
We appear to be underground, or in a big warehouse. One of the two. Tents, camps look like changelings from here. I might be wrong about that.
You're not useful. Come on.
Well, I mean, you're not giving me a fair chance.
Oh, very nice job.
You keep me in a bag all day and then take me out.
I
And,
can't just wear you.
I mean, you could wear me on your waist or something. I just don't see why it's fair that I have to live in darkness every day.
We're not having this discussion, right?
Well, I'm just saying, I think it's fair. And then you stump in the back.
you don't see why it's fair to live in darkness every day? What?
Well, he's not blind.
He knows what it's like to see.
So do I.
What?
What
Some
do you know
things.
about Tim Finnegan?
No.
You haven't seen that yet.
Hmm?
I'm just keeping it.
Oh, I
Tim
haven't said
Finnegan.
that around you, have I? You don't
Tell me about it.
I'll describe him.
So he's a leprechaun.
His
He
infinite
sounds
hats.
familiar. I think I've seen, maybe not him, but leprechauns, they live for basically forever. I mean, he could have had a different name.
He's
Or
a
If
different,
I
half-wit.
wear you on my waist when I could talk to him,
I'll let you know.
tell me more.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of leprechaun in my day, and they live for a very long time, so we'll keep you updated. You hear like a muffled, and then you let go, and then like it stops.
What shade of green is the hat? I'm curious.
After he disappeared, it muted into a darker shade of green, and over time, it's turned brown.
Oh, it's brown. It's fine now.
Could I still see
It's
the
very
hat?
small.
Could I still see the hat?
Nope.
It's
when
fine
he's
with
in
the
it?
color.
No?
Once he went, it disappeared.
Okay.
All right.
This was infinite hats. I think that's impressive. I'm gonna go climb into a smaller tent, see if there are any beds taken, and take one of them.
Okay. Easily enough done. So, perception check as the rest of you sleep through the night.
I'm gonna join them on the watch.
17 perception.
Oh yeah, no.
You see what you're
19.
Okay.
That is a double digit.
So you pull a chair out and like you're sitting overlooking the camp. You guys are pretty much left alone throughout the night. The rest of the night. The rest of the changelings in their tents. A couple of them look in your direction and kind of eye you guys up. Not really suspiciously. More. Some of them, like some of the kids, eye you a little playfully. Some of the moms a little suspiciously and kind of brush their kids along. Nothing you can blame them for, of course, especially considering you're a bugbear. You get a little more glares than anyone else, but for the most part,
Thinking about buying a very large cloak.
for the most part.
As this is happening, I'm gonna
Be a good
start
investment.
casting minor illusion on him and just have it so his hair like has got like bow ties in it. Pink bow ties in it.
So you're
Make
turning
his
him
voice
into
buffer.
the
Make his so
beast
just like
usually
change it every
trying
6
to make
seconds.
him
He's
all-
making
Okay.
it pretty.
He does that and I scoot my chair over so it's just floating bow ties.
I keep it with you every 6 seconds.
Scooting.
And as this goes on, eventually the rest of you wake up having completed your long rest. Or sleeping an extra. So you, or yeah.
Fuzzy, just humor me, please. I
So-
haven't slept really well, and I can't sleep.
What?
Come on, just
Why are you
just
up?
humor me, please.
Yeah, why are you awake?
Everyone
I
else is awake
can't
now.
sleep
We're all awake
now.
now.
Could we go
So
to
you just do that.
Who's
Yes.
who's in my
I'll
yes
Wow.
yes.
I never
on
abused you.
my hand
Yeah.
and look over the tape.
I also we end up going around the tent
Yes.
just like slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Rose and I are
Two of
going.
us are
Okay,
walking.
so they
Let's
wake
get
up
going.
and start walking towards his office.
up?
I'll also walk over there, but
Eric, we're gonna go.
I'll go
to,
behind them.
Okay.
Let them talk first.
Yeah, I was
Sure.
waiting for that to happen. Let's go.
Do you wake up from
I'll
your
join
cat
by
nap?
my-
Okay.
Yeah, she woke up from her cat
I'm
nap.
with them.
It was only 2 hours.
I'm with
Hi,
them.
me.
Are you going?
I am staying with them.
You are alone.
Oh, everyone is going.
Everyone else is going.
I'm gonna
Feel
join.
free to say
now.
Okay. So
I'm making an observation that is all.
all the rest of you head towards Finnegan's office. So you walk. It's maybe 500 meters to be precise, because it's half a kilometer, give or take.
Says Kevin.
Says Kevin. You guys walk, and then eventually you do see a very small door. It comes up
About how?
leprechaun height. So
Ah,
about yay high off the ground.
this is.
So literally all of us have to.
Yeah, every single one of you is gonna have to.
crawl.
Yeah, the tall ones are gonna have to get down and crawl.
I'm tall too.
That's why I did that.
Did you
No, I only saw them
alone?
I'm a cat.
Is the room on the inside like
At
tall
some
enough that we
point,
can-
yes.
Yeah.
Once you open the door and look in, yes, it appears to open up.
Rose wants to speak to him alone, so why don't we let her slide in there by herself?
Doc,
I'm gonna use verbal magic and cast detect magic that way without the ritual. So just
Can I see the door?
Okay. No, you can't see the door. No magic aside from.
and that's just gonna be lasting a while.
Sealing
So,
the door.
Yep. Yeah, you get in, you duck in, and entering in, you see Finnegan
Keep that
kind
low,
of
really.
back further, and he appears to be. He has big goggles on that like cover like his face, and he's like.
Can I see the
leaning-
goggles, or are they just like?
No, yeah,
like
you can
a
see the
hole?
goggles,
Okay.
and he's leaning really far back, and you can see what he's holding too. He's holding 2 vials. You don't see anything in front of him, and he kind of. And you see a of it, and he's like,
That was neat.
"Oh, it's a pleasure to see you there, Lassie. How you doing?
I'm doing alright.
All right, come over. Oh, watch out!" And you like walk into a table. And he's like, "Oh, careful there, careful,
I
careful,
just
careful."
realized who walked in. I'm gonna crawl my way under there.
She has to be alone.
She has to be.
Oh, she has to be alone. Okay, I didn't respect it. No.
He kind of he walks up to you and he
I was
kind of
distracted.
helps you deeper, and he's like, "All right, right here, have a seat, have a seat." And he sits you down on like a cushion chair and takes the goggles off his head. His face is covered in soot, and he except for where the goggles are, and he's like, "What can I do for you, ma'am?"
I don't know. I just wanted to know more about you and my parents and what they did for you and what you know about us.
Aye, of course, yeah. Your parents were lovely people. They did a lot for me. They carried a lot of information for me. Well, your mother did. She did work for some of the head guard. The captain of the guard. She did work for the lady, and so she would give us information on guard rotations and stuff like that from that nature. Brought us lots of really good information. Your father carted some of our men and women out of the city on his mining cart. He would fill the mining cart with changelings throughout the night and then cart them out towards the mines. He'd go a little past the mines, release the changelings, and then go back to the mines and carry out his day. Your parents were fantastic people. About 2 months ago, before they came into hiding, one day you didn't come back. We don't know why to this day. Obviously, when you're ready, you can tell me. But when you didn't come back, your parents decided to start looking for you, and they were a little less cautious than they'd been in the past. And some of the creatures of the darkness found them. And there was a brief fight, and a couple of our changelings saw them and fought off the attackers and took them into hiding. After a little bit, they decided that they needed to leave the city. We sent all of our changelings all over the city looking for you, but it was like you'd vanished. After we couldn't find you, we sent your parents out to the south and with the decoys. Get them out of the city, get them into somewhere safer.
There was lightning, and I don't know what happened either. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that.
I'm cold.
I can tell. I felt it on your hands.
Yeah. Trying to figure it out as well. I don't know exactly where I was. Just in the darkness and cold.
Well, your parents told us that you were walking from the mines after visiting your father back to your house, so we scoured the whole area, but we didn't find anything. We did find, at one point, a patch of grass that had been burnt up. Could have been from lightning, but you were nowhere to be found.
Well, let me know if there's any way I can help you. I'd still like to find your parents, but if there's something I can do, please, I'd love to continue my work.
Of course, obviously, I mean, we've got plenty of things that you could do for us, but not to the same degree your parents did. Your parents had jobs, they had recognition, they had notoriety. You were, no offense, but you're a blind girl. You don't have a job, you don't have that kind of connection that they had. Your mom did a lot of work for us, and without her, well, we were missing a lot, but obviously they meant a lot to us. They were good friends of mine, so getting them alive out of the city was worth more than having them continue to do their work, and I would say the same for you. If you're in danger, getting you out would be worth more. So just consider it.
Thank you.
But we'd be more than happy to help you along your way with whatever you're doing. Of course.
I think everyone else would also like to speak to you. I don't know if they want to come in.
I mean, we can just open the door, and if they come in, they come in, and if they don't, they don't.
I'd rather not run into that table again, though.
By all means, stay put. And he kind of walks out, and he pops the door open. He's like, you're all good to come in, come in, come in, come in. So getting down and crawling in and then standing back up, the room it's a relatively decently sized ceiling. It's about it's about 5 feet tall ceiling.
Oh.
So you all are stumped on your way in. And it's packed from floor to ceiling with all sorts of chemical like contraptions, tables and stuff like that. There's shelves on the wall filled with vials of stuff. There's big bags of different like grass and different types of grass and different plants and stuff like that. You see a big plant with the bulbs closed and little light on the inside, similar to the one that Quinn picked. That is no longer with the party. You guys find like he's got like large stations with like alchemy stations with tubes kind of filling the room, chemicals running through the tubes. There's like Bunsen burners going off in different areas, and he's covered in soot. And he's got big goggles on his head, and his hat's like off in a corner, like on a hat rack, and the hat rack goes from ceiling to floor, and it's covered in hats.
Same hat.
The same hat every single time.
By the way, I just hand him the hat that he left behind.
He takes it, and it turns green.
Can I see it now?
Yeah, you can. And he tosses it on the hat rack, and it immediately sits on the hat rack.
Can I see all of the hats?
You can see all the hats on the hat rack.
Wow.
And he's come in. It's a pleasure to see you all.
Yeah, all right.
I literally see him in a hat rack, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So what can I do for y'all?
I'm just gonna sit cross-legged on the floor so I don't have to poke my head in the ceiling.
All of you are sitting cross-legged on the floor.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So what is it I can do for you? You've all been looking for me for different reasons, is what I've been told.
I feel like my conversation will be the longest, so if any of you would like to speak first.
Please.
All right. Ma and I have been traveling around for some time, How many years?
It's been nearly a decade now. Or
Yes,
not a decade. Dude, a century, I'm sorry.
yes.
I'm struggling.
You're fine.
How old are you?
Song that I sang about.
We can get to that later. As soon as they're actually done.
Oh,
Sorry.
It'll be my, I think,
to get
250th birthday this year.
or to get him. Those are your two options. That was session 0. Yes. It's fine. It's fine. No, you're
so-
totally fine.
We've been traveling around for about a century at this point, and we've been looking through. What country are we on again? I'm bad.
Orbital. The continent is Lazamine. The country is Orbital.
Orbital. Yes, we've been traveling around Orbital for a while, just looking where we could help and helping. And as soon as I heard that there was troubles and injustice within these city walls, Ma and I saw fit to intervene.
Aye, naturally. And we could always use service wherever
Of course.
wherever we're going. We've got a lot happening. We just lost two of our. I mean, a month and a half ago, we lost two of our best workers. Her parents, who you met, duplicates of.
Yes.
But with them missing, we've had to struggle a lot more in terms of gathering information. We've lost a lot more people than we're used to losing. With the city guard, with the military in the city, it's become a lot more difficult. There's been a lot of different ideas. We've got a little bit of a council going where we talk and we sit and we discuss different ideas that everyone's got. One of the ideas is just to give up on the city and to get out, especially if there's a war on the city. Obviously, that is something we've considered. Another thing we've discussed is possibly overthrowing the government in one big fight. Wait till the people we're at war with attack, and then attack the city from behind as well. Obviously, it would be a lot of bloodshed, but we do have the potential to take the city for our own sake, and that could be some of the more militaristic ones within our people want to do that. But we've got a lot going on. Obviously, if we could find Asa and Yodha, that would be very beneficial. But we could use. We've got a lot of assassins, a lot of bombers, stuff like that, which I don't know that the two of you would necessarily fit the bill for that. You're quite noticeable.
Yeah.
Fairly large creatures. No offense, of course.
We're here to do as little. We're here to ensure that violence is no longer a necessity at the very least. Now, we understand that you know the inner workings of this revolt better than we do.
Of course.
And that you might see violence as something more necessary than we might. That being said, there are a lot of people in this city that do good. And now, I trust that you are not targeting these people, but crossfire is crossfire.
We don't go out of our way to just kill people.
Of course,
we're not,
I didn't
monsters,
hear
but
about that, so.
people die in
Of
war,
course.
and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make personally. And I know that's a sacrifice our people are willing to make. You don't join our cause unless you're willing to cause a little.
Of course.
Obviously, we've got different jobs you could do. You could stay here forever and heal people that come back. Not that I'm going to try and keep you confined, but we could always use more healers. We could use people to go find Asa and Yudha. That would be beneficial. We could use people to help courier our people out of the city. We've got, supplies that we move back and forth across the city. We could use help transporting, getting through the gates. The gates are one of our toughest barriers. If we had someone over here like Titus, getting through the gate would be cake.
I would agree. Speaking of Titus, I do believe that now that we have arrived, a door's been opened for further action, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
What exactly are you talking about, though? Just
I've
for my
had
sake.
ideas brewing, but I haven't had a chance to speak with Titus personally. I didn't hear what you said, but that's fine. I do believe that there's a way that conflict can be resolved without further violence.
By all means, share away.
Yeah,
We've got thousands of women and children in the city, and we're trying to get them out without getting them killed.
yeah.
Any way we could do that without causing bloodshed would be one that I'd be more than happy to hear.
Yeah. The nobles in the city aren't very savory.
I know they cause us most of the pain that we suffer.
And, well, I don't like to do harm, but I prefer to restore balance. I'm not saying we kill, I'm saying we remove. Get those who seek ill will on us, you all, the people that you lead, remove them from the city.
Well,
Perhaps,
that's been one of our ways of fighting back.
yeah.
Our way of doing it, I mean, we don't have any fancy magic or any way to banish them or to remove them from this plane. We send them, mostly we just kind of capture them and either toss them in the ocean or we slit their throat. Those are kind of the two go-tos. But you know.
So I don't mean to act so upset every time violence is.
You've got mask on your hip, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not touching him, so he's not talking, but yeah.
No.
Just making sure.
If I'm to work with this group, and if you were to work with Ma and I, the rest of the group were too, there would undoubtedly come a time where we would have to fight against your uncle. Maybe not violently, hopefully not, but we would be acting against him.
Yes.
I know you're aware of this, I just want to, say this vocally. Is this something... Okay.
Something I've been thinking about.
There are ways, of course, to go about this without your direct involvement within the city. We've got people outside the city. Obviously, Yordha and Asa are very important. If you could do that, that would be a way of getting out of the city. Or you could stay in the city and continue to help us in many ways here. We've got a lot that we would allow. However, getting to your uncle would be obviously one of the best and most beneficial ways to help us. If your uncle is taken out of his seat of power in one way or another, well, his law would have a lot less backing. He bribes and threatens and kills lots of people in positions of power in order to keep his law in play. Without him, it would crumble.
If there was anybody that I would be willing to act violently against, it would be him.
Do you know why? My uncle and I, when I was little, we were quite close, but until I came to the city, I hadn't seen him for a few years. I feel like I'm just very behind the curve. I never saw this side of him.
I never knew your uncle. I don't know anything about him personally. I've never had a conversation with the man, but we've seen his effect on the world. I mean, I could tell you there's a million different ways he could have turned out like this. Obviously, maybe he lied. I'd hesitate to say, but maybe you just were young and naive and painted a higher picture of him. Obviously, I hesitate to say that as well. Maybe he changed. Maybe something happened to him in his past that gave him this hatred against changelings, or maybe he saw this as his opportunity to gain power. Could be anything. Regardless, because of this bill, your uncle is one of the most powerful men in the city council. And the city council is more in name than anything else. Most of the members of the council don't even have a say. They don't get to make laws. They don't get to have any kind of power. But your uncle is a contractor, and he was able to get this law passed by getting it through the head of the council. And once this law got passed, your uncle not only got a lot of recognition and a lot of backing, but also his business flourished.
I see.
So, I mean, there's lots of different ways that your uncle was able to benefit from this law. Not saying that that's why he did it. Obviously, it could have come from something else, but
I see.
it's a complicated matter.
Are you sitting next to me?
I suppose.
Just say I'm sorry.
It's alright. I'm quickly learning that's life.
I just don't feel like you need to do anything for this organization.
Can you get me close to your uncle and pull up the necklace I was given? So that I could
That's the thing. I am sworn to help people.
Naturally.
That's
I can tell you're wearing the clothing of a paladin.
Yes.
Very blatantly.
Yeah.
It's very clean.
My family has fallen pretty far from what it once was, but what I'm having trouble with here is to betray my own flesh and blood. I don't know.
It's a slippery business, family. Your family helped establish the city of Acervish in the first place. I don't know if you know that or not. I was there. I saw it. Your family had a lot of influence and a lot of power back in the day. They they helped establish pretty much every civilization east of the Lake Kintara, and south of the mountains. Your family brought a lot of good to the world, and gained a lot of notoriety and power through that. And power corrupts. Hesitate to say, but your family has fallen a lot, and betraying them could bring a lot of different things. If you were successful in betraying them and keeping it secret, getting them out of their position and getting yourself into a position and then bringing good, it would bring a completely new name to your family. However, if that was brought to light, you'd be just like the rest of them. Mm-hmm. Lots to consider there.
There's a lot to consider there.
Either way, I wouldn't say he's betrayed his family, but he's betrayed you. Either way, a lot rests on you.
Titus, how old are you again?
18.
What? Yeah. Not in character. What?
No, Brett's 20. No, yeah, Brett's 20.
20.
Titus is 18.
Fun bag.
Well, you over
He's
here acting
still
like a
not
30-year-old. What you
young.
doing?
No.
The child. Everyone's perspective of Titus just changed. They're like, he's the leader of the party. He's the smartest of us all. And he's like, I'm 18. And everyone's like, a sweet baby.
He's still not the youngest.
That is very
I
true.
understand. You are coming to the age where your blood only means so much.
Mm-hmm.
And as scary as about that is, it's true. Your uncle is his own man, and so are you. Mm-hmm. The actions that he makes don't reflect on you, and the ones that you make don't reflect on him. You're two completely different people, and I understand flesh and blood is important, but there are other much more important things here. Mm-hmm. Lives.
It's a delicate matter.
When you put a little thought into it, if there's anybody else that wants to say something.
Did you have something to say?
Do you know Professor
I met the professor multiple times in the past.
We were looking for your life potion.
Aye, that old thing. That was a long time ago. You've heard the song about me, then. You've met
He
Martin.
does have reason to be.
Yes.
Aye. What's happening with Martin's life? I haven't seen him in about 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Give or take.
He's
How's he doing? How's the old boy doing?
very
Drunk.
drunk.
All the time.
Aye, Martin was always a little drunk.
And he led us to eggs?
Oh, he led you to rat nails. That's not his
Yeah.
accent. Aye, that's always. She was an gnarly one, but everyone's got necks like that. Kind of learn to.
Yes.
You just gotta learn to move on from that. Martin never really did, but it's a sad tale. But you're looking for the potion.
Yes.
Well, I have not had the right materials to make it for quite a little while. It's obviously a very valuable potion for us. So I don't have any with me or anything to make it. I just made a fresh batch and shipped it out with our soldiers. For those of you who are asking, it's a potion that revives people, basically revivify. It brings you back from the dead 2-3 days after someone died. It's a complicated potion. Chroma slime, lavender spray, quicksilver lichen, and one tongue petals are some of the ingredients. And then there's a specific. You use them in certain amounts. Obviously, there's a ratio of usage there, and then beyond that, you've got to cook it in specific ways, and it's a whole process. But what are you looking for it for? Is there a specific reason?
I don't actually know why.
Make some up, or
Oh.
you were hired
Right.
to bring them potion for a lot of gold. I think it was like 100 to 200,000 gold pieces.
100,000.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
to bring that to them.
We were hired to bring it to people.
And which people were that? The white mask.
The white mask. The white mask.
So you've met the white mask then?
Yes.
By chance, tell me, have you met Vinvic herself?
Yes.
She was an old friend of mine back in the day. She helped us set up this. She helped us get this all established. She brought a lot of good to us. When she killed quite a few of the members of our head council and betrayed us, it wasn't exactly my best day on earth, to say the least. She's not good. She's not a good person. And honestly, I'm not exactly inclined to give you the formula or potion.
I don't have anything connected to her.
I didn't assume you did. If you were hired, they tend to hire out pretty much anyone to do anything. But knowing that they hired you to do that means you're not the only one she hired to bring that potion to her. Which means it's probably also a bounty on my head. Good to know. Thank you for letting me know.
Did you know Maurice?
The name doesn't sound familiar. Who was he?
He had all the diseases of the continent on him.
Just the city. Sorry.
Huh?
Just the city.
Just the city. Whatever. That's fine.
First time we're all hearing this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He. I'm sorry. Come again.
Yeah. What?
Oh, did we meet Maurice?
No.
No.
Okay, yeah. Who is this? Who's this Maurice?
He was
You know Maurice?
captured
Like,
and
for a little bit. Not as
they
well as she did.
took every disease of the city and placed it on him and put him in prison for 30 years. And we were hired to transport him when we were attacked.
And what happened?
We
That's
all
another one
survived
after the list.
the fleet
Strange happenings. A person with every disease in a
So
city.
you were there when the attack happened that started the war.
We were.
So you saw the Kraken.
It attacked our ship.
Well, that's good to hear that you made it and that Maurice wasn't killed, I guess. I mean, obviously, if he had every disease and he dies, I feel like that might not be good.
Would have unleashed everything on the city.
Where is he now? Where's Abanthy?
At the university for protection.
Wait, they walked to the university?
Yes.
And you just let them go?
Was my idea.
Whose idea was it?
Abandoned.
I assume a great mistake was made.
So if I'm hearing this right, one of the most powerful biological weapons in the world is in the hands of a man who drinks himself under a table every chance he gets. And they're traveling through miles and miles and miles of open ground to go to one of the centers of corruption in the world.
Yes.
Fantastic. This is just getting better and better.
Who made this decision?
Oh, by the sounds of it, Abanthy, a drunk.
Oh.
Judge Abandoned.
No, he's a wonderful man. He's a powerful man, but he did a lot of bad.
Oh.
He's a bad history. And his
Okay.
alcoholism is the cause of it all.
One thing at a time.
None of us know in particular.
Speak for yourself.
He was a married man. Had a wife, had a child. A child with a brain tumor. A child who wasn't going to make it. Abinthy perfected a very, very difficult biological procedure that allowed them to have the child. His wife was sterile, or well, there was a weird connection between the two of them that prevented them. He's a human, she's an orc, and there's a specific chemical and magical imbalance that prevented these two particular from having a child. So he used biology to create this. This had a negative side effect on him. He could cast magic, but it was extraordinarily painful for him. And through that, he tried to fix his daughter's tumor. The tumor was caused by his specific the procedure that he did, and he blamed himself. When he couldn't solve it, he drank himself under a table, and I don't know if he walked out on her or if she walked out on him, but he came here looking for answers, looking for a cure, looking for anything. I take it that you didn't find it? Then if you want my best guess, he didn't make it back to the capital. I doubt he even made it as far as the lake. If he's still alive, well, hopefully he's still alive. But it wasn't much of a life that he was living anyway. But regardless, at least we know Maurice isn't dead. Because if he was, we would have heard about that.
I would have felt it too.
More than likely. Well, that's a lot of information to digest.
Yeah, that's a lot of information.
No, I'm glad you told us. I'll have my people looking for Abinthy within the city. See if they can find him, but... Well, that depends on whether or not he's in the city. Where were you when he left you?
The mining district.
Then he's probably already out of the city, but we can keep an eye open for him at the very least. Well, that leaves a lot of options then. Sounds like you guys are the perfect team to help us out in a couple different ways. And
So,
there's a lot you guys have the ability to do. You can... Yeah.
Do you know where my family is?
It depends who's your family.
Suturi is my mother. My siblings.
No, I haven't met anyone like that, but I can have my people looking for them if that's something that you'd like within the city. Obviously, if they're outside the city, we've got a little more difficulty looking for them, but we hold a lot of swing in the city, so if they're here, we'll find them. If you could tell me what they look like so I could know how to find them, maybe a little easier.
Sure. My mom looks like me, but white. She's calico. My siblings were black and white. Last time I saw them, they could have changed.
How long has it been since you've seen them?
You're like, wait, when?
She's going, how old am I? I'm 18. What?
She's 17.
What?
No, I don't know how old she is.
Spoilers, she's 2.
Well, Dragonborn do mature at like age 12.
She's kind of dragon.
Still.
I can't. 8 years.
Aye, and where was the last place you saw him?
My village home.
And where is that? I mean, is it like a couple miles from here, or
No, a different part of the continent.
could you tell me a little better than that?
Sha. That's where
it was a trigger.
All the way over in the Ogo Day tribe.
Yes, that's where I'm from.
You're a long way from home.
Been looking for them. Went to war for them.
Hey, we'll keep an eye out for them. If you haven't found their bodies, then, well, who's to say? But I'm sure they're somewhere. I'll let you know what we find. For now, there's a lot on all of your plate, so I think a lot of you having a conversation about what you plan on doing would be probably worthwhile. I'll just let you do it here, because
It's a nice private space.
I mean, you're here, you're already here, you're all sitting. I don't know that all of you want to duck underneath that door, and it's very private here. I have a lot of work to do, and obviously you might have questions that you'd like to ask me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, and he pulls out a pair of like headphones, and he's like, these are completely soundproof. You don't have to trust me, I don't really care. I'm going to put these on, and if you want me, you just tap me on the shoulder, I'll take them off. Good luck. And he turns, he puts the goggles back on, and he starts mixing chemicals.
I'm gonna
Really distracted
ask.
by whatever he's mixing.
I'm gonna ask Kalimvor. What's your uncle's name again?
Commodus.
Commodus Julianus.
Yes.
Where's his title?
That's his name.
That's okay.
Commodus. Is
Super extra Roman.
my
name.
lord is. It's Commodus. Is this time new?
I've been doing some thinking.
That guy is his
I'm-
brother named Mary.
I'm
So it's a
trying. I am
dangerous
trying to
pastime.
pray. I'm trying to focus.
I've been doing some thinking, and I want to help, and I'll do whatever it takes, on the condition that, if at all possible, that we spare my uncle's life.
I asked Kalimvor, is Commodus's life, well, is his time coming?
Let's find out. Commodore answers. Hang on.
Sadly, I'm more inclined to trust my god.
Hang on. No answer.
Perhaps time will tell.
Scoot away from the group and I'll start investigating
Sure.
Just interested.
Lots of alchemy stuff.
12.
Lots of alchemy stuff. I'll get you the PDF on alchemy stuff later. Oh yeah, well there you go. The first 4 things on that.
Alphabetical in the
Yeah.
description list.
Mhm. There's a whole PDF dedicated to this room.
It's
I really want to know.
it's homebrew, but it's so long.
I have a chunk of it in front of me. Oh, are you pulling up the mask?
This
No,
child is
there's
like.
Oh, they're still talking.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
I'm waiting.
By all means,
Can I
continue.
see them?
I want to respect your wishes.
Yes. Now
And
that it's
I'll do
out,
my
this is the first
best
time you've
to-
seen it.
That being said, people have their times.
Sure.
Yes, I.
What is the mask in the room?
It's on. Yeah, she can see the mask.
It's on my hip in case you don't know where it is.
Which kids you?
Well, I know that. I
You
just
can
for
see
reference.
the
Yeah,
mask.
No, for reference, just for you to know.
Yeah.
You can see the mask.
This, you can see it.
Yes. What is it?
To me, it's magic. I have to put it down.
I'm letting you guys talk. Keep talking.
No, distracting us.
Yeah.
Probably like 11.
Actual 20.
Thanks for the good dart.
Distracting roleplay.
Keep talking.
So, it was Quinn's.
What?
I'm sorry.
It's a pocket god? Sort of.
Is that some sort of mobile game?
It speaks to. Are you okay? No! That's exactly what it is!
Is that
It's a
the
pocket
voice you
god.
heard?
Yeah, yes. I don't think he can speak to you. Just to me.
Maybe
Interesting.
try? This is very intriguing. I am allowed to speak to Kalimvor maybe once in every 50 years.
Oh,
This would be.
okay. This is all in my head now.
Hi, what's up? How you doing?
They want to speak to you.
People want to speak to me?
I don't think you can speak
Why?
to me. Please let me speak to me.
Are they okay? Are they crazy? Are they insane? Are they okay?
Maybe.
Are you sure that you trust
Probably.
them? Do you know them?
Well, wait, is the mask moving?
No.
Because
No.
No, the mask doesn't move.
Oh, okay.
It's just me. I'm just going.
Bigger and smaller while it's talking.
Yeah, the eyebrows are moving and the mouth is moving.
Amazing.
One of them I trust. The other one's kind of weird.
Trust me?
Not you.
Well,
Me.
here.
I mean.
No, you can't tell them who you trust. They don't hear this. Y'all don't hear this conversation.
Nobody hears this.
Well, I mean, there's a couple ways.
Okay.
I mean, I can talk to people. It's fine.
Yeah. You're talking
I'm so
in my head. I look like a lunatic right now.
You are literally staring at a mask. Yeah, you look a little insane. Here, you can do the two things. You can hand me to them.
Is she okay?
And I can talk to them as long as
Does
I'm
anybody
in
know if she's
contact with
okay?
their skin.
She's just gone blank.
Or you
Does it
can
never
put me
require
on.
speech, or do you think it's with the mind?
Okay.
You might be a little less inclined to do that. It would feel a little weird. You won't have to do anything. You'll be able to hear me. They'll be able to hear me. I'll speak out loud.
Makes me so happy.
But obviously, I mean, do what you're comfortable with. I'm not gonna make you like, I can do something. Do something you're not prepared to do. But you have the freedom. It's a free country. I mean, it's not, but it was a long time ago. Back when I was big. I'm really, really old. Oh, by the way, the dude, the leprechaun, yeah, him, yeah, I know him. He's good. I mean, well, he does what he needs to do, and he'll kill you if he needs to kill you. But he's a good guy. He's got good people. Good heart. Heart's in the right place. I worked with him a lot in the past.
Pause.
Yeah.
He can talk to you. Just wait. I'm gonna put on the mask.
Okay, so you put the mask on and you tie it, and so the mask itself to show you all a picture of what it looks like.
Yes.
Hold on.
So
I can see it.
We have
I need to
prepared
go to
art
Queen's.
of her in this room with the mask on. Get ready.
Just so you guys know, I've left the circle. I'm rummaging and alchemy things
So
across the room.
that's what the mask looks like. And you don't actually tie it. So what that is it stretches like around the back of your head, and then like it curves up above. So when you set it on, it's like a crown with the mask on the front. And as you put it on,
Is that like a plague doctor sort of thing?
No,
I couldn't
no,
really
no,
tell
no.
from
No,
that.
it goes down. It goes down.
It goes down.
Okay, no, yeah, I couldn't tell like
Yeah,
if that
no, you're totally fine.
the way the light was shining. Yep.
So you put it on, and there's a pause, and the eyes kind of, and a mouth opens.
And I can see this?
All of you can see this.
Oh.
Yes, and the mouth kind of opens, and it's like, oh, this feels weird. Oh man, I haven't done this in like a decade. Oh, hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are we? Your head's moving involuntarily. You're like, this is freaking weird. Hi.
Are you speaking?
Yeah, your mouth
So
is
I
moving.
can't-
You
yeah,
can
I
speak.
can't-
You can still speak. The mask is moving in front of you, and you're like, you can still talk underneath it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna like shift myself slightly, like move across the room so that I'm sitting in a way that Finnegan can't see her. Block her with my body, essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
That's
a-
fine. He's got his back to you guys anyway.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Do I recognize this mask?
Roll a history check.
Who
So-
are you?
Felt like
Hi,
a
my
past
name's
life.
Mask.
Hi, Mask.
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. What do you do?
Well, I'm a god. Thanks for asking. My name's Mask. I'm the god of shadows and thieves and dark
Is
corners.
that your name, Mask?
Yeah, that's my name.
Oh, that's
I'm the god of smoke and deception and sad things.
I see.
We'll call him Chick.
Is that why I can see you? I don't know.
Well, lots of people can see me.
I'm just.
Have I read?
I don't know why you can see me. I don't know what's your deal. You're
Mask.
yeah. Hi.
Like nice, please.
Do you know anything about what's inside?
Do I know?
Not in a nice way. Yeah.
Do I know anything about Mask?
Roll a history check. What'd you roll?
3.
No, you don't.
History, okay.
What do you mean?
Well, she told me to be nice.
For religion, but that's fine.
Me too. That's a.
Language. Go.
I was really hoping for religion.
All right. Well, you've got a beep. Well, there's something. What'd you roll?
14.
No. There's something real inside you. Something real not great. Something real. You heard the word cold before? You know what that means? Is that still a word you people use?
Yes.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
It's
she's
been a long
very
time.
much that word.
I hear it quite often.
Yeah.
She mostly
You look
describes
cold.
it-
You look. You look.
describes
I
herself
am
with it.
quite cold.
Yeah. I don't.
You talking cold?
Do you know anything
is that-
about?
Like physically cold, like ice. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
know anything about him?
I do, but I'm not gonna tell you
Why not?
because I don't want to. Because it makes me sad. Moving on. Hi.
Aren't you
Yeah.
the
What?
god
What?
of sad
I think she has
things?
the right to know.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm sure she does.
But will he give her? He's not going to give her the right to know.
Well, I'm God. So I think I have the ability to
Yeah.
not do that if I want to.
Can I
He
have
is
in my
at
head
least
too?
some authority here.
You're still making contact with him,
Excellent.
and he can respond to you in your head.
I mean,
Look, I'm just saying. I don't want to keep you from going on this trail of this self-discovery yourself. You know, I think this is a great adventure that you guys could partake as a family, as a group of friends, as a wonderful bundle of people.
Yes, it'd be helpful
And-
if I knew more.
No, yeah, I'm sure.
Literally anything more.
Oh, I'm sure.
Does his
he will tell you some irrelevant things.
does
And then call it a day.
invoking his name
Stop.
The mask is really helpful.
Thank you.
does invoking his name hurt you in some way?
Oh, very much. It's very terribly painful.
Would it be that way for us?
Maybe, I don't know. He created me. So I'm not exactly that like keen on, talking about him.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because he's really sad
May I
and dark.
may I press further?
Thank you.
I'd like it if you did it.
You could sort of try, but he's very stubborn.
She said you can certainly try. Look, I don't want you to. I'm gonna be honest. It's not terribly fun. And you look like a group of people who's great about minding people's boundaries, and you look
I
like a
do
group of
try
people
to.
who's wonderful at not pressing issues when someone asks not to press an issue, and I'm asking politely, hi. Yeah, I know, it was in your head. He immediately stops talking.
I will ask one thing. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Go
Were you
ahead.
trying? Oh, yeah.
No, she was talking, you didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can we trust him?
Who? Oh, we're still on that? Yeah. Well, I mean, you can trust him to do what he wants to do.
Oh, that.
He's-
order to
enough.
us.
So
Is that
no.
in our best interest? Will he seek to harm us?
Well, I mean, not directly, but
That's
it's
all
probably
right.
not in your best interest. I'll tell you a little
think
bit.
if you know
He's
differently-
not here.
I'm aware of
Okay.
that.
He's really far.
Okay, that puts
Really
my mind at
far.
ease.
Wherever you are.
I've
Near,
heard
far,
of one
wherever you
ticking
are.
time bomb.
He's on a different plane. He moves
Yes.
around a bit, but I don't
I-
know exactly where he's at right now. But he,
I won't ask. If it pains you to talk about him, you won't ask anymore.
I can say what I can say, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Okay, that's fair. One moment you
Please,
want
Eric, let him speak.
Ultimately,
to. Fair.
he misses life and being around things and seeing things and feeling
Right.
things and stuff like that. So he's kind of trying to ease his way back into the world. And he's terribly powerful. I mean, he created me, for crying out loud. He's one of the ancients, one of the first ever people that ever walked the earth. Satyr. Yeah, in terms of what he wants to be alive, I guess, technically, again. I mean, he's not necessarily dead. He's not necessarily alive either. He wants to be back, and
That's what I've heard.
I don't know what that means for terms of the stuff, because when he was here, he was relatively power hungry.
Also heard that.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly my best friend, but dads are dads. So, take what you will from that. Good luck. Yeah. He just stops talking to y'all.
Yeah.
Let's put you back in your arena.
By all means, I'd love that.
If we can get to the Commodus Julianus,
Oh yeah,
can you help us get rid of him?
100%.
What do you know about him?
Well, he brought a lot of sadness to the world. And sadness is kind of my game. It's ironic, because I'm a very happy guy.
Does he want to be competitive?
Borderline.
He is very borderline Kevin. I am well aware. In my defense, I created Mask long before I created Kevin. Kevin was kind of I liked the voice I had for Mask, so I adapted it just a little bit and liked it more. And now I
just like a little more exaggerated.
And now I really, really wish I hadn't, because I would love for this to be that to be Mask's voice, but I'm sticking with Mask's voice because Mask talks really fast.
That's true. He does.
Yeah. So I can. He brought a lot. He's really mean.
Can you see through my eyes?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I can see through the eyes of the Mask. So
So the paladin.
yeah, that one right there.
That's his nephew.
Yo, are you serious? Like, for real? That's metal. Why is he here? Can we kill him? Can we get him? Let's get him. Let's get him. Come on. You feel your arm start to move towards your sword? Yo, were we not? What?
Just wait.
No, yeah.
He's on our side.
I think she got him.
Yo! So we're like stabbing him in the back. Oh. I love this. And this is like subterfuge. This is great.
So good. Do you have a plan?
I love this.
I can have one. Real soon. Give me like a day.
Okay. I'll put you back on in a day, and then you can talk to Titus.
That's great. So is he down to kill his uncle? Because dang, I'm down to have him kill his uncle.
Well, you should just ask him yourself.
Can I ask him now?
Sure.
Hey, Titus!
Hey.
You down to just stab your uncle in the throat, slit his throat, run a little blood through your hands, kind of clean him up? You down to just destroy him and everything he's ever cared about in his entire life? You down to just take him down?
Mask.
I did.
Are you ready, man? Because
It's okay,
I'm
it's okay.
ready.
It's okay. It's okay. I got this.
You got me excited now. You're getting me worked up. Yeah. We can rob him too.
We could have just a second.
Yeah.
Just a second.
By all means, take your time. Say what you got to say. I'm all ears. I'm listening 100%. All I'm saying, man. Listen. All I'm saying. It'd be real easy. Go ahead. Poisonous tea.
Killer boy, I pray you are not like this.
That necklace that she's got, just put that on him.
Breathe.
If you.
I don't have to breathe.
Oh, the necklace.
Yeah, the necklace.
What's the necklace do?
Oh yeah, it literally incinerates him from the inside out. Did you?
That's not as fun, to be honest.
That is
Did you
not
not know
what
that?
they told us it did.
Tell us that.
Nobody
They told
told
us
me
that it's
that.
They said that it.
to him. I
They
presume
said
it
it
tracked him.
tracked him, so they lied to me. Here's what
I'm so proud of them.
Here's what I told.
They were changed things.
Here's what I told them. I said, I want to work to do whatever I can to reverse the bad things that my uncle has done.
That's fantastic. I'm all
If
ears.
it's at all possible to spare his life, because he is my uncle. But if he has to die, if it comes to that point, then I'll do it myself, because there would be my own actions that brought that. So I'd like to avoid that if at all possible, but if it's gonna happen, then I'll do it myself, face to face with him, not stabbing him in the back.
That's the best part.
Kind of like the option.
I don't want anyone dead either.
I have personality too. Yeah, that's totally fine, dude. We'll work around that. Give me a day. We'll talk again.
Okay.
And then the mouth closes and the mask reseals.
I have to say, I don't really trust Mask.
And we are at time, so I'm going to call
We still haven't actually talked about
the session
We haven't actually.
there. I'll give everyone a week to think it over,
Dang it.
and we'll talk about this next week. Because it is 11:30, and we got to get this stuff back.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's
So-
been 11:30.
We will call it there. Thank you guys very much for watching. We ran a little
Sorry,
long.
that was kind of my fault. I
But-
was like, what's the mask? And then.
We're good.
Yeah.